See if I can remember how to do this. I feel like it's been an eternity since I streamed. When was the last game I streamed? What Jonathan Taylor brings to this offense. Bill Belichick's going to want to control him. All right, the Colts have the ball first. I missed opening kickoff. Run-heavy defenses equal really God, excuse me, I got to sneeze. Colts will start at the 26. Hey, guys, we're going right into it. And it's hot in here. I got to open a window here in a minute. Colts are on a hot streak, sort of. The Patriots are the hottest team in the NFL. Something's got to give. Wentz on a bootleg, first play. There's Michael Pittman, who was a big fantasy disappointment for me every time I seemed to start him. Go figure. Thought this game wasn't kicking off until like 8:20. Hell, it started at 8:15, and I was trying to set up my stream. And of course, my stream's not popping up on my YouTube app while I'm trying to do this. Second down. Didn't even have a chance to ramble about what I've been doing this week, which is not much of anything, but now they come with Taylor. Oh, no, it's another fake. And Wentz completely overshot that one. Flag down. Really hate that I couldn't stream Thursday night, but I had to start that game late. Oh, shit. My audio's on. I was going to see Spider-Man Thursday, but it kept getting pushed back because of unreliable people. Hey, Michael. Ineligible downfield on the Colts. Patriots decline it, make it third down. I went to see Spider-Man at 5 instead of 3, didn't get back till 8:30, and I had the game DVR'd, so I watched the game and skipped some commercials and got caught up, but I just didn't even stream. Wish I had streamed. It was a great game Thursday night. The Chargers, I don't know how you lose that game. Well, I know how you lose it. You go for it on fourth down over and over and over and over and over because analytics. Mo Alley Cox in the slot. I just always wanted to say that. Wentz has good protection. Pittman's wide open, and Wentz completely missed him. Oh. But it's a punting situation instead. J.C. Jackson, he's one of the top corners in the entire league. This is a matchup that Pittman's going to have to win. When's the last time we saw a Colts-Patriots game that was this important where you actually believe the Colts might have a chance to win? Because none of those Andrew Luck versus Patriots games were even close. What year is it? I just went to see a Spider-Man movie with Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin, and the Colts and Patriots are playing a really important late-season game. What year is it? Gunnar Olszewski, an all-pro returner for New England. Good kick. Olszewski does not call. Not Danny Amendola, fields it at the 21. Oh, he fumbles out of bounds. And the Patriots are catching all the breaks. Wentz missed Pittman wide open for a touchdown up the sideline. They fumble the punt, and it goes out of bounds. Patriots have already dodged 2 bullets. I think the Patriots' luck is back. The peanut punch, we see Darius Leonard, one of the best linebackers in the league at forcing turnovers. You see Odom here. I thought Brady left and took all his luck with him. These fuckers just won a game where they threw the ball 3 times. And already in this game, you've seen the luck they've had. They don't have any Damian Williams tonight. He's out. I don't think that's going to stop them from... That's not going to change their philosophy. And here they come with the run right away. Yeah, my stream is like 2 plays behind because I'm watching on my computer. And that's always far behind, so... Really terrific this year, and we'll tell you and show you as the game goes along. I don't know why the live streams that I watch are always so far behind, but my cable is usually ahead. He makes plays when he has to. He plays the quarterback position under complete control. Offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels raves about him. He throws it short. Gotta wonder if Mac Jones is ever going to get the chance to throw beyond the line of scrimmage ever again. Look at this Patriots offensive line, one of the best units in the NFL. Kendrick Bourne has been a terrific addition as a free agent. Josh McDaniels, 13th year offensive 3rd and 2. Thought he was going to be the head coach here in Indianapolis, turned it down. Well, Mac Jones has one completion so far. He's a third of the way there, and they're going to pass on this third down. And, whoo, what a throw. Thought he could have run for it, but he rifled that shit to Jacoby Myers. First down to the 40. I like the Patriots to win this game. I think the Colts are good, but they fucked around too early in the season, not playing to their strengths, not doing the things they do well, and it cost them a couple of games they probably should have won. The Baltimore game really sticks out in my mind. So I think the Colts are going to miss the playoffs. Darius, and Leonard's down. Blood in the water already.
So they work on Leonard. We take an injury timeout. First series of the game for New England on the move.
So, yeah, Thursday Night Football was wild. In the first half, on that first fourth down, I was begging the Chargers, just kick this field goal, because it was like 4th and goal at the 5 or 6. I'm like, just kick the field goal. They went for it, didn't get it. And then the next one, I said the same, kick the field goal. Now, in the second half, I was like, go for it. Although I was like, this is probably a bad idea because you blew it in the first half going for it on those fourth downs. But the second half on like the 4th and 2, I was like, yeah, go for this, and they didn't get it. But the 2 in the first half, I wanted them to kick the field goal, and ultimately they lost because of it. The Chiefs win the toss in overtime. They never see the damn ball. The Chiefs might be the most unconvincing, hottest team in the NFL. Because even their defense was slipping on Thursday. But Herbert's just built different. That guy's a stud. Saw Patrick Mahomes make the worst throw of his life when the Chiefs went for it on 4th down in the red zone. It looked like Nathan Peterman threw that ball. I couldn't believe it. Oh, my God, $2. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. May I have some more, sir? I guess tomorrow, I don't know what games to stream tomorrow. There's really not that many good games. I guess the best game tomorrow will be Ravens-Packers, but I think the Packers won that one easy. So I really don't know what to stream tomorrow. I'll think of something. I don't have all the confidence in the world that the Saints are going to keep up their voodoo magic against the Bucs because they seem to own the Bucs, but I just don't think they're going to win it tomorrow. It would make my day if they did. Ooh, Mac Jones almost got stripped. He somehow held on and runs for the first down. Oh, NASCAR's going to 670 horsepower at every track except the plate tracks. Michael, we won. Smaller spoiler by a couple of inches and more horsepower. We finally did it. We finally got what we wanted. 670 is still not enough, but goddamn, it's not 550 because 120 horsepower makes a big difference. So 550 horsepower is no more. I'm much more excited for NASCAR to come back now. And it's a reverse to Kendrick Bourne. Maybe a yard. Brad Keselowski and Kurt Busch said that the cars with the 670 and the smaller spoiler at Charlotte the other day felt like it was 2006. And I'm like, oh, that's good. They swear it feels like the 05 Cup cars. I'm like, please, God, make sure it stays that way. Michael Waltrip made the joke on Twitter. He said, I was pretty good in 2005. Maybe I should give this another shot. Oh, yes, I know who's driving for fucking Colleague part-time. I know. Captain Dipshit himself. Play action. Checks it down to Jonnu Smith. Missed tackle. There's a flag, though. Missed tackles were the story of that overtime Thursday night with the Chargers and the Chiefs. An eligible player downfield on New England now. They're doing a double screen. Happy that Hemrick is getting another shot in a Cup car. Just unfortunate Noah's getting a shot. This coming season got a lot more interesting now that they've made the spoiler smaller and are going to a higher horsepower. I'm way more excited now. Cars were getting loose at Charlotte the other day in those mock races they were doing. Can you believe that? A car actually got loose. Play clock down to 1. Didn't get the play off. And the Patriots are going backwards. delay of game.
We've got 5 more yards.
Very un-Patriots like. This is what happens when you don't get NFL Network. You end up streaming and you're like 3 plays behind everybody.
So makes it a 2nd and 19.
And they go a toss on 2nd and 19. 4 yards, 3rd and long. Patriots will take a draw or a short little check down or something and punt. That's what they've done all year. They're very, very conservative. I just feel like at a certain point they're going to have to get a little more aggressive. Obviously not in this situation, but I'm just saying there's a pattern if you've watched the Patriots all this year.
New England's going to have to find a way to get that ball north and south. Put your shoulders down and go at them, because side to side they are fast for the ball.
Third and long. Have to get to the 38.
Oh, Mac backpedaling. No, he goes down. He takes a sack. Well, I said get aggressive, and that was an aggressive play call. They were looking to get that first down. They were going for a deep shot. DeForest Buckner gets the sack.
Continues to talk about we need to get rush with our front four. You're going to see the inside move here. They can line up DeForest Buckner at all different spots. He can line up on the nose. He can line up on the guard. At that time, he lines up over the left tackle. Isaiah Wynn. That is a tough matchup when a guy can go up and down the offensive line and just pick, hey, you're the guy I'm going to rush. They can generate that pressure with the front four.
So a 4th and 30, and they will punt it away.
Fair catch. Almost dropped it. Colts get it at the 22.
And the Colts will take over.
0-0 early in the game.
And each team punts it away. Jonathan Taylor didn't get it.
Seriously, though, I could not contain my excitement. I thought I was dreaming when I got on Twitter and it was like, oh, NASCAR's going to 670 at every track. I was like, oh, my Lord, you're kidding. So basically, NASCAR's a bunch of fucking liars. All along, they could have increased horsepower. But no, to get a new REO in the sport, we got to run 550. We got to run 550. Liars, and I knew they were lying. And then they just doubled down on their stupidity because they didn't want to admit they were wrong. That's what NASCAR does. Like, eventually they'll make a change, but they will not admit that they're wrong for a while. They will just stall and stall and stall until they come up with an excuse to change. And now they've got a good excuse. So now they're like, yeah, we'll raise horsepower because blah, blah, blah. Not because we knew 550 sucked and it was going to be even worse with this new car. I'm excited now. I don't have to do it. Hell, going to Charlotte might be fun again. Imagine that. Going to the 600 might be fun again. I know that's at least one of the races I'm going to this year. I'm going to the 600. I'm not buying any more diecast cars, though. So I tell myself. Unless I see that Dale Earnhardt Peter Max car for a reasonable price. Anybody go see Spider-Man? I mean, I'm not going to talk about it on stream because spoilers, but damn, what a movie. Damn, what a movie. I've never seen a movie over-deliver like that one. Like, I had high expectations, and that's dangerous to have high expectations for a movie. But I had high expectations, and somehow this movie overshot that. Unreal. I felt like I was in some kind of fever dream. I'm like, this movie is real, and I'm watching it. This is a real thing. Kind of what that second half of the Kansas City-San Diego game felt like Thursday. It's like, is this real? Chargers kind of got Buffalo Billed at the end. I think they could have called pass interference and extended that drive, and the Chargers could have won in regulation, at least by 3. But it's the Chargers. Their guy would probably have missed the field goal anyway. That's like a Charger tradition in those games. West Coast Falcons really outdid themselves on Thursday. Ravens Packers might be the one game I stream tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling it.
By Kia, this is
because the Ravens suck.
Bill Belichick against
And if they beat the Packers, I'd be wholly upset.
Later in the year, he's 18-2 against those cases. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor is in that class. And you see in those games, only 4 of them have finished with 100 yards. They've averaged 73 yards. What that's telling you, Greg, he shuts down good.
8:51 to go in the first. It's 0-0, Patriots and Colts. Colts are starting at their 22.
He is never going to allow your strength to beat him.
And it's an end around. And it's a big gain. If he gets by McCourty, he's going to the house. McCourty gets him out at the Patriot 40.
And he got a good block from Jack Doyle as well.
And as Al Michaels would say, dueling for the first down.
Nice job here. They're going to arc. The rule on these Jets are you're always going to block the widest two. They don't need to block him. You're going to beat him with speed. He's going to stretch him to the numbers, and then he's going to hit it. That's the alley that the blockers, in this case Doyle, Mo Alley Cox, they know exactly where that ball is trying to get. They got a great look for it, really well executed, speed on the edge.
Cold and rainy here in North Carolina. Sorry if my fan's blowing in the mic, it's hot in here. And they run it up the gut with Taylor. 11 yards and a first down. I dodged Taylor last week in fantasy because the Colts were on a bye. You missed my meltdown during the Cardinals game, Michael.
Take a look at this patience here, Kev. He's going to just do a little stutter. He knows where this ball needs to get, but he's going to get deep into the line of scrimmage.
Well, if the Patriots are trying to stop the Colts' run game, so far they are failing.
Jonathan Taylor, he's so fast. He's so big and strong. He is incredibly intelligent. He knows where every defender is, both blocked and unblocked. He knows the rules of his offensive line. And he talked this week about bringing those defenders to their blockers. It's really next level running back play.
Pascal in motion. Give it to
Taylor again. That time the Patriots. Well, no, they can't fucking stop him. He gets almost 5 yards anyway.
What you mean by the Patriots and setting up blocks.
You're going to see on this first one now, he's going to be the jet sweep guy. He could easily just right there run straight. But now your poor Zach Pascal, you're out in space. How often do we see that defender now go when he's expecting the ball outside and it's a holding call? Nope. He stretches it. Now you got Joe, you got Bosa.
What's up, DFS?
Two of the best defenders in the league. Watch him set Fred Warner on the outside. By what?
I don't have NFL Network, so we're streaming on the PlayStation.
On purpose. He's a fantastic runner.
A little nuance to the craft. I like that. So all setting up these holes. Second down, get it again.
Taylor again carries that defensive line for a first down. Like I said, the Patriots are not having a lot of success so far doing what you would expect them to want to do.
Pushing people around and they'll move the chains.
Hashtag run the damn ball. Why are you in a good mood? I've been in a great mood since I saw Spider-Man Thursday night. I am still on a high from seeing that movie. Do not spoil it in the chat if you've seen it, please. Because I know there's people that haven't seen it.
Bill Belichick loves to run. This is a big physical offensive line. Getting up on them pretty quick. Something to keep an eye on as the game goes on.
First down, Taylor again off the gut. And again, you see the
Another 5-yard run for Taylor. Colts offensive line's putting in work in pass protection and run blocking.
Feeding them a little here on this second possession.
New England's defense now all week, they've stressed. If he's going to have
Oh, you got to get more games on Steam. Cool.
30s on the ground. When they get into the red zone, if I'm Bill Belichick, now listen, he's forgotten more about defense than I would ever imagine. But they've got to make Carson Wentz throw the ball in the red zone if they're going to score.
Second 5, Taylor again. And he gets about 3.5. Third down.
Well, you're talking about, Bill Belichick being okay with it running between the 30s. The reason is he's a scoring machine. He's got 18 total touchdowns this year, 16 rushing touchdowns. That's more than a lot of teams in the NFL right now. So as you look right here, most rushing touchdowns this year.
Most rush touchdowns this season. Arizona Cardinals. I have James Conner on my fantasy team for tomorrow against the Lions.
Third down and 1 here. Good drive for
And Kyler Murray. I'm going to give him another chance after shitting the bed on Monday night and almost costing me. Hines in the backfield with Taylor, and Taylor plows. God, you can hear that contact. First down, Colts.
6 straight runs, and it's working.
I'm going to run the ball till I can't.
Slight adjustment. They call it they run solid. We're going to cover your interior. Watch the right.
And this Colts offensive line is fucking nasty.
In the run game, it takes one offensive lineman or one double team to distort. They all
First and goal.
We've got to remove a guy from the gap. Jonathan Taylor finds it. This run game's been super effective here in the red zone. This is where the Patriots need to stand up.
It's Wildcat, and it's a toss to Hines. Gets a block. Touchdown, Colts. Naeem Hines scores the touchdown. What a play call. And the block, one of the blocks by Jack Doyle on the edge wasn't that good. Hines made a nice move to get around the defender. And yeah, Jonathan Taylor was the lead blocker on that side.
He's waiting for the perfect time to call them. He's got a list on his sheet. You're going to see Jonathan Taylor out in front. Jack Doyle gets just enough, but look at the goal line. Look right there. Hines is just following his buddy Taylor.
Can we play something on Steam? I don't know. I don't really have anything on Steam that's multiplayer.
Early in this game by Frank Reich and this Colts offense.
That was something. He takes the snap.
The extra point is just good. It's 7-0 Colts with 3:53 to go in the first quarter. That was a statement drive. Patriots are going to have their hands full tonight, especially if they can't stop the run like that. This could be the break the Bills need to have one last shot at winning this division. Bills play the Patriots next week. Hey, there's Jamie Foxx. I was hoping the new Windows update would bring back my laptop keyboard light, but it didn't. I'm sad. Still can't light my damn keyboard. Just saw a Dolphins fan I know say, man, it feels icky having to root for New England because he wants the Colts to lose. I said, imagine how I feel rooting for the Saints against Tampa Bay. That's just as bad. Also, why are the Colts favored to win tonight? And I haven't even been watching Hard Knocks with the Colts. I forgot that was a thing, mid-season Hard Knocks.
The heck of a
7-0 Colts.
You know, after 3 passes in the opening drive and they punted away after 3 plays, they were run until the very end. So 7-0 Colts. Olszewski, always aggressive, was going to run it out from 1 yard.
Don't be too aggressive. You fumbled earlier.
It's down at about the 20. EJ Speed is down there on the tackle. Time for tonight's Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. Mac Jones, among the things he's done well, he's been cool, he's been calm.
Yeah, the Colts need this win more than the Patriots do. The Patriots are a lock for the playoffs. They're just trying to get the division and get the first round bye, but the Colts are just more desperate. They need it more.
What allows him to do that? First, it's first and 10. Stevenson back. Going to give it to him.
And they get killed in the backfield there. Hey, Colts, why don't you bring that energy you had in the first half against Tampa Bay that you didn't play with in the fourth quarter when you gave them a fucking easy win? Still mad at the Colts for not beating Tampa Bay like they should have. Colts defense is doing a good job. They're getting the Patriots out of their comfort zone on the early downs. We know what the Patriots, they want to run just as much as the Colts want to run, if not more. Nice throw and catch. Bourne still trying to move. Gain of 8. Third down.
It'll be a third down and about 2.
And on the other side, when we talked to Matt Eberflus, he gave the exact counter argument. He says, we need to make Matt Jones second guess himself. We need him to take one extra.
You get those rookie quarterbacks off their first read, they might throw you one.
On the last drive, didn't get home. Let's see what he has dialed up here on this third down.
And the two coordinators going against each other.
See Matt Jones, he's moving the protection. We got Buckner lined up right over the center. We talked he can move anywhere on that front.
They snap it. It's protected. 3rd and 3.
Oh, first down, just enough.
Where they mark it. It looked to be a first down.
It is a first down. If they mark that short, they're wrong.
Good enough to move the chains.
Nice job here. There was some conversation. There was some confusion of who to block, but eventually Mac Jones got them all. And look at this offensive line. They only rushed 3. And look how they stay together. They all stay on the same level. When you rush 3, you give the quarterback a lot of time to go through all of his progressions.
Give again. Stevenson eludes one.
Oh, wow. Nice move by Stevenson to get 4 yards.
Nice run. As he's got nearly 5 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, the rookie, has been getting playing time more and more as the weeks have gone. Really.
Both of these teams are just going to try to run. It's like when the Browns play the Ravens. It's all about the run.
And you think about it, you look at his numbers at Oklahoma, Greg. He didn't carry the ball a lot. In his career, he carried it 165 times. His yards per carry.
Hopefully nobody on my fantasy team tests positive for COVID. I had Jalen Waddle against the Jets, but he's on the COVID list now.
Very possible.
So I had to make a change there.
That's my insight into that.
Thank you for that, All-Pro tight end. 2nd and 6.
Ooh, boy. Big loss on that play.
As Wynn was forced back. And now brings him a 3rd and long.
This Colts defensive line, they understand a lot of this game is going to be on their shoulders. We've seen penetration. We've seen guys running through. I mean, look how many guys. What Matt Eberflus tells us, KB, we need 7 guys in the frame of the picture every single snap. Well, I'll tell you what, early in this game, these guys are playing that way.
Bourne would be the guy here on 3rd and 9, I think.
3rd and 9. Blitz is coming.
Oh, he goes up the sideline to Myers, who drops it. It wouldn't have been an easy catch, but he dropped it. Oh, 4th down. So you should have went to Bourne. No, I'm kidding.
Myers does everything right. Watch this release. They talk about he throws his hand up. He looked like Randy Moss.
Oh, man, he totally should have had that right in his hands.
Bucket. He does everything right. Wins the route in the first 5 yards. Gets on top of the defender. Quarterback makes a great throw. Just can't corral it.
Yeah, that's awful.
Throw by Jones.
Oh, it's blocked!
It's free! Only Colts are there!
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
EJ Speed!
A blocked punt touchdown for the Colts.
Speed recovered it for 6.
Damn, what is going on?
That is Speed's 2nd touchdown.
Dolphins fans, look away. The Dolphins really need the Colts to lose this.
Wow. Unbelievable. We've seen
A special teams error for the Patriots is exceptionally rare. We've seen 2 tonight.
This Colts team has started hot. What a play.
How about having 2 punt block touchdowns in the year by the same guy? Speed, not too shabby. Extra point is
14-0 Colts.
Well, the Colts want to prove to the world they're for real. You heard Pam Oliver tell the audience in the beginning. Frank Reich said so. This was not an ordinary game. And they come out red hot. It's the punt block touchdown. And it's 14-0.
14-0. Or the Colts are like the Vikings of the AFC, just with a better record. And honestly, they're better, but they're so similar to how the Vikings season played out, losing games they shouldn't lose. If they wind up making the playoffs after all that, good for them. Shannon Sharp hating on the punter. How much time does that boy think he has? That looked like one of them scripted punt blocks in Madden where they make your punter do it really slow just so the AI can block it. I got really good at blocking extra points and kicks in Madden. Not punts, but extra points and field goals. Hey, I took my usual afternoon nap today. I was smart enough to do it early so I wouldn't be drowsy and dragging for this game. I don't know why they went to commercial with 14 seconds left in a quarter when they're just going to run a play and then go back to commercial.
He just runs right by him, does a great job getting his body across the leg of the kicker. Bubba Ventrone, the special teams coordinator, is fired.
Well, we might find out a lot about what the Patriots are willing to do with Mac Jones tonight. If he's going to have to play from behind like this.
Let alone a career. That's unbelievable. What a start by the Colts. And, they do that, and here they are running down on the kickoff right next to each other. And the Patriots will start on their own 25. So New England on a 7-game win streak. They're playing great football. But this is an experience they haven't had since week 3, being down by 2 touchdowns. It's been a while.
Yeah, that week 3 game against New Orleans didn't go so well for them. Shouldn't feel bad, though. The Packers got mollywopped by 35 points when they played New Orleans early in the year. I'm totally confused by the same. Maybe I should stream the Saints in Tampa Bay tomorrow. Maybe. Maybe. We're going to have some games to stream during the week, guys. Washington, Philadelphia on Tuesday. Play fake. Jones under pressure again. Johnny Smith he's knocked out of bounds. A few yards back. That ends the quarter. I will be right back, guys. It's 14-0 Colts. Okay, I'm back. Hey, I made it back before the commercial ended.
So we start the second quarter, 14-0. Colts over the Patriots. Glad to have you with us on it.
You heard them, 14-0 Colts.
Saturday night.
Didn't quite see that coming.
Greg Olson, our entire NFL Network crew. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Great to have
Second
you
quarter.
Good start for the Colts. Patriots looking to answer a little bit here for taking a quick uppercut. Second down.
They got punched in the nuts. Fucking uppercut. A blocked punt is a punch to the nuts.
And he's out just across the 30. So it's interesting as we say hello from across the field. You've noticed the Colts are bringing a lot of extra rushers, huh?
There's been very few plays, and we talked about the idea of pre- and post-snap looks on defense. For a young quarterback, that's the hardest thing to decipher. And I think early in this game, Matt Eberflus, he feels that. What he sees before the snap, all of a sudden, extra guys are pressuring. Whether it's safeties, whether it's second-level linebackers, he's giving
Third and 2
looks almost on every snap early in this game.
And a third down, 32. Brandon Bolden is the running back. Colts show extra pressure.
It's a toss, and it's blown up. Darius Leonard single-handedly wrecks the play.
Wow, these Colts are flying on defense right now.
Woo! Belichick's going to have a field day with this one. Skip Bayless is too.
For whatever reason, nobody blocks Darius Leonard. If I'm
Belichick in the film room. Skip Bayless on Monday.
But for whatever reason, it's got to be communicated. Typically, these New England Patriots wide receivers are phenomenal run blockers. They're committed to it. For whatever reason, right there, Myers just, they didn't see him. He came up late, and they just didn't block him.
Remember the last point was blocked. This one they get off.
Yeah, get that kickoff a little quicker, my friend.
He's going to let it bounce.
And not a great punt.
So, the Colts
Bailey, what the fuck?
Back, up 14-0.
Oh yeah, and I forgot. I'm thirsty. I actually didn't even get that cold today. It was just rainy and windy because it says it's like 50 degrees outside right now. Can we get some fucking snow around here, please? Skip just said, never thought I'd see a Belichick team give up a blocked punt for a touchdown. Brady greater than Belichick. So Tom Brady would never let the Bucks give up a blocked punt, would he? You hear that? Tom Brady makes sure his team doesn't give up blocked punts. I love all those times Brady came in there and blocked on special teams. You know, he's just the greatest ever. Tom Brady, the greatest special teams player and head coach of all time, as you know. Raiders Browns on Monday. Depending on who plays in that game, I might stream that one. depending on who plays in the Raiders-Browns game. I'm going to look closely at the starting lineups, and that'll determine whether or not I stream that game.
Colts have the football, up 14-0. See the first two possessions, 3 and out. Then they got the run game going. Then they got a block punt for a touchdown.
14-0 Colts.
6 carries, 33 yards so far.
Look, it's a run with Taylor. Gain of 4. It's like he falls forward and gets yards.
Well, yeah, it's been a while since that Patriots defense has been on the field. In that time, linebacker Jawan Bentley has twice been in the medical tent and back in the locker room. He is now remaining in the tent while they look at his left ankle. Officially, the Patriots are saying he is questionable to return.
That's certainly of note, Christine. I mean, he and Hightower are the two inside linebackers. They rotate so much, Greg, with their personnel and packages, but that, especially against the run game, would be a big loss.
You see Collins and Hightower right here.
Notice they didn't talk about that on Undisputed, Michael. Brady trash and Skip and his Man in the Arena documentary.
Give it to Taylor, right side, across the
Gain of 2 by Taylor, third down. I think a little bit of that had to do with ESPN being like, yeah, fuck Skip Bayless.
Why is this week so much more important for Frank Reich? You're getting kind of near the end of the opening script now.
Absolutely. They got about 15 to 20 first and second down plays that they sit down and they are very, very specific. They want to unmask the defense. How are you going to match 2 tight ends? How are you going to match 3 wide receivers? How are you going to match certain...
They just showed Frank Reich's watch. You know why? Because it's time to run the fucking ball. No, it's 3rd and 4. Probably got to throw here.
Now Frank Reich will layer in the rest of his offense as this game
I don't think I'll ever get to watch Man in the Arena. I don't know anybody with an ESPN Plus. 3rd and 4. They're going to run it. Wow, what did I say? It's time to run. And they're short of the first. About a yard, maybe a yard and a half. 4th down. All right, are you going to pull a Brandon Staley here? Why not? Fuck it. You're up 14-0. Bury these motherfuckers if you're the Colts. This ain't 5 or 6 yards like the Chargers were trying to get. This is a foot.
So let's see how good that script is, Coach Reich. And Bill Belichick.
I made the joke, it's time to run the ball, and they took it seriously. I thought they would have thrown it on that 3rd and 4.
Less than a yard.
The simpler the play call in these situations, the better. And it's a quarterback sneak, and Wentz barely gets it, but he's got it.
He's very good at the quarterback sneak. He's been his whole career, and he did just enough to move the chains.
And it's not a great look to run it against. That was just my offensive line, especially the interior players. Danny Pittner, watch the surge that they get here. That's a tough look for a quarterback sneak. But you notice which guy he got behind?
Quentin Nelson.
Left guard Quentin Nelson, too. If I'm going to put my life in someone's hands, it's a good guy to start with.
He's not a small person, Greg. I mean, he's 6'5", 330, and...
Ooh, that lemon lime Gatorade Zero.
3-time All-Pro. Hines in motion on the fake blitz.
Oh, wow. Hightower got lit up by Jonathan Taylor on that blitz. And Pascal was wide open for a first down. Hightower blitzed, and Taylor put him on his ass.
Sometimes playing running back is not enough just running with the ball. This is Dante Hightower. He's a free runner.
Hey, Devontae Freeman, take notes. That's how you block Dante Hightower.
How do you impact the game?
No, I'm not mad.
Without the ball, that's exactly what you do right there.
Triggered over here.
Wow, what just an all-around special player Jonathan Taylor is. That is tough duty.
Everything's clicking. Offensive line, run game. Wentz is playing pretty well.
Beautiful touch by Wentz, who remember missed that wide open
as of recent weeks.
Hits in traffic. Drive continues. First down, Taylor again. Up the middle.
Yeah, that's how the Patriots kind of held him up.
We're talking about this offensive line. You know, Danny Pinter making his second start. Quentin Nelson. I asked him the other day, do you just like mauling people? He said, it's just business. And it just turns out that the best blocks are when people are on their backs.
And I would say it's a pretty fair assessment. It's not often in these production meetings that we talk to offensive linemen, but we requested him this week because we just heard so many great things about his demeanor and his delivery. And boy, did he not disappoint us. He was fantastic to talk with. This offensive line, they embrace the challenge of continuing to run the ball. week in and week out.
They go Taylor and Hines.
Both running backs again. Heavy fake to Hines. Wentz hanging onto the ball too long. Extending the play, and he's going to run for a first down. Shout out to Carson Wentz for still being healthy at this point in the year. That's that Colts offensive line making a difference right there. Wentz is healthy.
Carson Wentz just keeping the play alive the entire time. His eyes are downfield. Very uncharacteristic of this front. Jamie Collins, he loses contain. He dips inside. You can see him there. He just goes down to the ground. They're very, very.
And Jamie Collins on his 25th tour of duty with the Patriots.
Keeping the quarterback contained. In that case, Carson Wentz, who's a very good athlete, is able to get around Jamie Collins' edge. And
play clock at 1. They get it going to Taylor.
That could have been even worse. He only got 6 yards. I thought when he got one-on-one with that corner on the edge, he was going to embarrass the man.
And that time he picked up nearly 7.
Jalen Mills, he's the outside D-gap run fit. Watch T.Y. Hilton. You're going to see him. He pulls the trigger fast.
T.Y.'s been awfully quiet this year.
T.Y. Hilton comes down, doesn't block him in the back, just enough to shield him. He doesn't hold.
Unfortunately for the Colts, the Texans are not going to make the playoffs. They don't have anybody to beat up on in January. If they make it. We got a timeout, Patriots.
Patriots call a timeout.
When's the last time the Colts beat the Patriots?
The Patriots who come into this game
2009.
And we talked about it to start. The Patriots are the #1 defense in the league. They've been tremendous. And during the 7-game win streak, they've done a little bit of all, right? I mean, they passed it when they've had to. Mac Jones was great a couple weeks ago. Obviously, against Buffalo, they ran it literally the entire game. The D during the win streak has been insane. They're allowing just over 10 points per game. But so far today, Colts offense, they're in a good groove, Greg. I mean, you talk about averaging 7.2 yards per play. That's a good start. This
is validating what I said a couple of weeks ago, that the Miami Dolphins are in the midst of the most useless winning streak in NFL history. Taylor's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Urban Meyer should have been fired a month ago, but yeah, it's good that he finally got shit canned. And the Jags are not going to pay him the remainder of his contract because they had good reason to fire him.
Belichick and this veteran group, they've been here before.
Yes, yeah, fuck Urban Meyer. Piece of shit.
But this team is seasoned. They've been here before. They're going to start making.
Talk about a guy that was just completely in over his head.
Indianapolis Colts just continue to go up and down the field. You have to imagine at some point he changes things a little bit, because right now Indianapolis has completely controlled this game in all aspects.
Patriots have a good red zone defense. They're going to need to stiffen pretty good here.
Judon's back on the field for the Pats.
God, look at that box. And they still can't get to Taylor before he gets a first down. 1st and goal.
They don't block Judon, but watch these double teams. Watch the movement they get. They get up to everybody. Judon's the free hitter. That back motion just getting in his way just stalls him enough. Jonathan Taylor just needs a crease, and he's going to hit it. But what can you say? This offensive line, they have been really, really impressive so far today.
11th play of this drive. Taylor again. Dancing around.
Good tackle.
Well played. Devon Gottschall wrapped him up.
What a great name for a defender. Gotcha!
We did the Colts game against Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago when they went away from the run early, and the pass game worked for them very, very well. They've done the opposite today. They threw it on the first drive, and it's been, for the most part, wrong.
When the Colts play well, I love this team.
Frank Reich talked about the dial in his offense. Where every game they come in, they say we're going to be.
Same for the Patriots, but when the Colts play well, I'm like, fuck yeah, run that ball, kick some ass. I really like Frank Reich.
The biggest thing for me, I don't care which way I turn the dial. The biggest thing for me is that dial can never stop. He's continuing to evolve throughout the entire course of the game.
Remember when Carson Wentz should have won league MVP and they gave it to Tom Brady for no reason? Oh boy. 3rd and goal from the 6 now.
Second rounder of Alabama was there.
This is the Patriots formula. Even if they get some success in the middle of the field, when they get down into the red zone, the run game cannot be a factor. The first offensive touchdown, of course, by the Colts came on a little trickeration and a little wildcat.
We're down to under 5 minutes to go in this half.
Just allow him to turn the ball and hand it off to Jonathan.
Me and Urban Meyer something called. Yeah, we're both out of a job.
Pass situation like he is here.
At least I can't blame me for me being out of a job, but he can definitely blame himself for him being out of one.
2 tight ends, 3rd and goal. Wentz, time, fire.
Oh, Wentz overthrew.
Boy,
Mo Alley Cox got a hand on it.
Could not bring it home, and now a field goal try.
Well, Patriots made a stop.
Such a good player. He can play in the box. He can match up here like you see him on a tight end.
Oh, you should have caught that. Should have caught it. It was a little high, but it went right in his hands. Come on.
Crossbar throw. That ball is elevated over everyone's head. You're trying to take advantage of a big tight end, a long target. Duggar had good coverage, but that is a ball at this level you just have to catch.
Now Badgley, short
17-0 Colts. 4.5 to go in the half. Did I kick my old boss? No, but I should have. I totally should have. He deserves worse than some kicks, I can tell you that. Maybe we should kick him in his fucking ass and give him brain damage. Fat bastard. Yeah, the Colts, much like most run-heavy teams, cannot play from behind. So it's good that they got a nice lead right now. Holy shit, that hurt. Damn. Sneeze. Hi, there's Josh McDaniels, who was head coach of the Colts for about 30 seconds.
Here in Indianapolis. In fact, he was hired. He took the job, but then, at the last minute, said, you know what, I'm not going to take the job. Didn't feel right. Went back to New England. They hired Frank Reich from Philadelphia, and it's worked out for both sides. It really has. I thought Reich had a great quote this week. He said, he was the second choice. Well, obviously, he said the backup role has served me well. Yes, it has.
It's great self-awareness.
He is something else. Reich's done an unreal job along with Chris Ballard, the GM here. So the Patriots just looking to move the ball. They got 38 total yards. Now, obviously, they haven't had it, but when they have, punt, block, punt, and punt.
Yeah, it's not been a productive night for the Patriots. Dude, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill got me like 40 points in fantasy. I think he got me like 35. So I'm already off to a good start this week. Better start than the Patriots. Hey, first down, gain of 15.
Up around the 39-yard line. That'll be first down for New England.
Kendrick Bourne's been a great addition to this team. When you just first mentioned his name to Josh McDaniels, he about jumped through the call. He just said his energy, the way he practices, the way he plays, he's been like a breath of fresh air around here. They need to find more ways to get these receivers involved, start getting Mac Jones into a little bit of a rhythm here. They got a long hill to climb.
That's Bourne, number 84, in motion. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Stevenson hasn't gotten going yet.
Big run here. Gain of 13 by Stevenson. I guess this game being a 3-score lead for the Colts is my karma for not streaming Thursday night.
You mentioned he might not have gotten the ball a lot in Oklahoma, but man, he is really good. Double team up to the second level, kick out here, and now he's just going to find the zone.
I was saying against the Bills, I wanted to see more of the Stevenson guy. Since Harris ain't playing tonight, we're getting that. And my totally legal live stream just froze. If we're going to start that shit, I'm sure. So I have no idea what's going on because I can't see it. Shit's frozen. Yay, technical difficulties. Wow, this shit really is just straight up frozen. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Gee, if only any cable provider actually had NFL Network, this wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it's frozen. I have no idea what's going on right now. Will the other stream website work? Probably not. Nah, the shit's not working for me, guys. It's really irritating. So I'm just supposed to sit here and stare at a black screen, I guess. Well, this is fun. Hey, Michael, what's happening? I can't see the game right now. Guess I'll bring up the little ESPN drive chart and just watch that, because that's fun for me. Isn't this magical? Patriots are at the 2-minute warning, and they've gotten another first down or two since I've been able to see anything. I can't see what's going on. It won't load. Sometimes this website will... Hey, it's back. All right.
17-0 Colts.
We just hit the 2-minute warning. 17-0 Colts, but the Patriots are driving. Yahoo. Please don't freeze like that ever again.
Really, Mom? If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen.
But this is my house.
Shut up. All right, we're back. Let me look at my... Well, I'll do that later. I don't want to mess with the equilibrium of this stream and open up another tab and look at my fantasy team. So I'll just leave the game on. But I know Tyreek Hill had a good night. But yeah, having Kelsey would have been real nice. Why is it so hot in here? It's killing me. I'm watching by perfectly legal means. I swear. Because I'm a loyal NFL fan. All right, 2-minute warning.
17-0 Colts. Patriots, though, knocking on the door. Reminder to stick around for the Lexus halftime report. Coming your way.
Stick around for the halftime show. Where else are we going to go?
The Colts have dominated, but the Patriots finally putting a drive together. 6th play of this drive. 62 yards so far. They've got 2 minutes. Try and get it in the end zone.
False start on Jonnu Smith.
Moving back. Kenny Moore had limped off the last play. See, he's coming back on. Greg, what happened?
Really nice job here. Watch them stunt. They do this on purpose. That quick, sudden movement, that's kind of a Patriots special. Jonnu Smith falls for it. Really, really good. Came up at the right time. We've seen the Patriots do that for years. Bill Belichick.
Every time I see Jonnu Smith in a Patriots game, he's usually fucking up.
Taste his own medicine.
I doubt he's back next year. But Mac Jones looks awfully sweaty. Looks like Tom Holland. Way to shrug off the tackle there by Bolden. 3rd down. Colts call timeout.
Watch the speed over the top here to chase this ball lateral. Bolden does a nice job. That could have been a tackle for loss. Muhammad just couldn't quite. But now look, it looks like he's got the edge. And then look at the speed. Sendejo, Rhodes, these guys are running to the ball.
So a timeout on the field. Be a 3rd down and 3. A quick timeout. Jones, first step drop.
Oh, it's intercepted by Darius Leonard. Horrible read by Mac Jones. And damn, Leonard went backwards. He's taken down at the 3. That's brutal. 17-0 Colts.
His 3rd interception of the year. And it thwarts a good Patriots drive. Colts 17-0.
He was looking for Hunter Henry. Yeah, that's a bummer. They had something good going there. I'm surprised they didn't try to run it. It was short yardage. Just nervous that the stream will cut off again. That's the first time Mac Jones has ever thrown an interception in the red zone.
By himself. It's incredible. He's a machine.
And it's a killer. But on the broad side, it's not in a playoff game yet.
Boy, what a momentum changer that
Hey, why didn't Urban Meyer ever kick Aaron Hernandez at Florida? Did he know? Oh, Taylor. Gain of 9.5.
So what happened on the pick, Greg?
We've talked about how Mac Jones has done a great job starting his eyes in the right direction. N'Keal Harry's going to run a sluggo. And then Hunter Henry's, they're going to try to get this ball here. But he does not see Darius Leonard drop right under it. He comes off the sluggo quick. He relocates his eyes. It's just the wrong spot. If he's got to put that ball there, he's got to put some arc on it. He's got to put some pace.
Some grown-ass man came up and kicked me. I'd kick his fucking ass. Josh Lambo has infinitely more patience and understanding than I would have.
See how the Colts manage this with 2 timeouts to go and 55 seconds in the half.
They should have used a timeout there. We're at 50 seconds, and Wentz doesn't look like he knows what to do. 45 seconds and counting. They've got 2 timeouts. 40 seconds and counting. They're still in the huddle. 35 seconds and counting. Just now breaking the huddle. Pussies. I'm not good with 17. I want to be 24-0. Or at least 20-0. But they seem content just to run this out.
League's leading rusher will get it again. Boy, has he been good in this first half. Not much there, though.
Yeah, they should be booed for this. Weak-ass fucking play calling here. I don't care if it's a long field. You're going to regret that.
18 carries and a half, good enough.
Now I really hope the Patriots come back and win, because that was asinine there for the last minute and a half. 17-0 Colts at the half.
Special teams delivered a punt for a touchdown, all going well.
And the crowd should be booing. Got to put your foot on their throat. Fools. If the Patriots were a little more explosive offensively, I'd say the Colts would probably live to regret that, but I don't see it happening. Patriots didn't do anything right in the first half. The last time the Patriots were shut out in the first half was that game against Kansas City in 2014, where Jimmy Garoppolo got some action. Every night I have to stop what I'm doing to go put that fat, lazy fucking dog on the bed. She can jump on the bed, she just won't do it.
Network presents the Lexus Halftime Report.
Is there a prop bet on whether or not somebody's going to piss off Steve Smith during the halftime or post-game show?
All over the place. The Colts shutting out the Patriots in the first half, 17-0.
You're watching NFL Network. Of course I am. What are you talking about?
2016 in front of a rowdy crowd there in Indianapolis. I'm Colleen Wolf, Steve Smith Sr.
I switched my pick.
D and Michael Irvin. All right, this was a dominant first half.
Like I called it.
Colts, just like you said, exactly. But at this point, they were able to jump out early, get the lead on the back of Jonathan Taylor. How are they able to look this great?
I mean, I told you guys before in the pregame that this was going to be a barn burner, and expect Jonathan Taylor to run all over the New England Patriots. I know that you guys don't believe, but all these big plays were outstanding. They had too much going on. The trickeration is unbelievable.
Trickeration, a real word.
And the defense near the end is just, and special teams, wowzers. I'm telling you, Colleen, you didn't change.
Oh, please.
MJD didn't change, but I have changed.
Reflect, I did change my pick. Whatever, doesn't matter. Nobody cares about that.
Hear ye.
Had his first red zone interception.
I'm not used to seeing Steve Smith this happy.
And he does not look on point at all. How does he get back on track?
He hasn't made one cocaine joke about Michael Irvin, though.
Steve alluded to the pregame. What I talked about was seeing Matt Jones right here in this spot, and can he bring that team back? I also shared that when you're in these spots, it's not always just about the great plays, it's about not making the great mistakes. And he just made one of those great mistakes. So when I said that he can't possibly still do it, but this is one of those tests that no matter what happens in this game, Matt Jones will be better when moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think this other thing. We also had a question.
Patriots are 2 for 6 on third down.
Can he carry? Well, we're going to figure out right now, can he carry
with 2 turnovers.
I don't know if he can or he will, but the biggest thing right now is he has to go out there and take it one play at a time. You can't go out there and try to score 17 in one play.
Exactly. We'll see how he does in this second half, but if you guys are enjoying this game so far, you can see some behind-the-scenes stuff right here. Experienced the first ever Hard Knocks during the NFL season with the Indianapolis Colts. That's right. And get an unprecedented look at the lead up to tonight's game. Hard Knocks Wednesday at 10 on HBO, and you can stream the whole series on HBO Max. This Colts defense has been lights out to start the game. Darius Leonard, the maniac, with a pick right here. Colts defense outstanding with takeaways all season long, and Darius Leonard with another tonight.
Well, I was not sleepy until the Patriots got down by 17. Now I'm sleepy again. Because of course I am. Was it too much to ask for a good game between 2 good teams? The COVID outbreak got a little worrisome this week in the NFL. It's like, oh, just in time for all these really important games. Massive COVID outbreak. They did the right thing rescheduling a couple of those games. Give guys a better shot at playing. Remember, a Ravens game got changed 3 times last year because of COVID. I see why the Browns were pissed off. I think Mark Davis needs to put a fucking sock in it, though, complaining that the Raiders are now at an unfair advantage. What do you mean unfair? What about the Browns being at an unfair disadvantage because they were going to be missing so many guys with COVID, and they probably would have still beat the fucking Raiders anyway. I think I said that earlier, but Michael, did you have to go to the hospital or anything when you had COVID? I really need to go get my booster. The only thing holding me back is laziness, and I dread being sick for a day or two after if it happens. My first shot, I didn't get sick at all after, but everybody else seems to get sick. And this time I'm getting a different version of the vaccine this time. So that's why I've just been sitting on my ass. I still can't get over that I had COVID. That was such a weird week. Never felt that bad. Just felt funny. I felt weird. Like I could physically feel that I had it, but I didn't really feel bad. Although I know I'm not sick right now, but since I got back from Florida, I've been perpetually as sleepy as I was when I had COVID. Hey, they just showed my man Cordero Patterson. My COVID experience was just plain weird, man. Just a weird experience. Niners and Titans on Thursday. That has boring game written all over it, but we'll probably stream it because it's kind of an important game for both teams. Niners are going to roll the Falcons tomorrow. Titans got to play the Steelers. That's a tough game for both of those teams. Who knows how Titans Steelers? That's probably the game I'll watch at 1 o'clock. I don't think I'm going to stream it, like I said, but I'll probably watch Titans Steelers at 1 and have Red Zone on my computer. It just has a boring game written all over it. I have enough trouble staying awake anyway. I just can't stay awake anymore for anything. It's making being a football fan hard. I have to take like 2 naps to get through the day. I don't know why. It's obviously like depression, but like I said, depression doesn't always mean being sad, because I'm not sad. I'm pretty fucking happy. It's just, body is dragging. I can't get enough sleep no matter how much I sleep. See, yawning right now. And I miss watching NFL Network pregame because I love Rich Eisen. Wake up, Dale. Second half. 17-0. Colts over Patriots.
As we get set for the second half, 17-0.
Patriots get the ball to start the second half.
What a first half it was for them, and you know, really impressive. I mean, you can list a lot of things with all facets of the game.
How did Landon Castle play? Look, I like Landon Castle, but he better not be another Michael Annette wasting a good ride. Landon better put up or shut up is all I can say, Michael.
Completely on display today. They are fast to the ball. They're generating takeaways.
Good for Landon finally getting a good ride, but don't be like Matt DiBenedetto or Michael Annette. Try to actually do something with it.
17-0 lead down to the sidelines. We go with Pam Oliver.
Well, Kevin, sky-high confidence for the Colts as they went into the locker room. Should have seen the smiles on their faces. I asked Frank Reich, well...
They're happy to only be up 17-0 when they could have pushed to go up 20 at the end of that half. See, this is why the Colts are a perennial fucking loser.
As for his defense, he loved...
Patriots wouldn't have been satisfied being up 17-0.
He expects his
Yeah, finish. That thing you didn't do against Tampa Bay when you let them off the hook.
Coming out of the locker room, I asked him, what do you need to see from your offense to start the half? He said, we need to do everything better. As far as the run defense, they've given up 122 yards on the ground. His answer, we just have to play better. But right now, Kevin, the Patriots sideline looks pretty shell-shocked in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've won 7 in a row, and they have been the team that's kind of imposed their will, especially with their #1 defense. Not today, and the way this game has gone. And Greg, they had that great drive in the first half. You're thinking, okay, they get in here and get the ball, but then Darius Leonard, the interception, just took away all their momentum. And so here we go. They start with the ball in this third quarter. With Stevenson in the backfield, he's been quiet. Again, remember, no Damian Harris, their top running back, out today with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, Harris not being here is kind of hurting him.
Run on the right side. There's just not a lot of room
Yeah,
there.
gain of 2.
Maybe a couple. And look at their stats. And Christina's saying, Coach Belichick said, yeah, they have to do everything better. I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah, you're not used to seeing that out of a Bill Belichick coach defense, especially this year. They've been so good in all areas. The defense obviously being #1. This offense has been really opportunistic, taking advantage of the different elements of the game, and just really out of sync right now.
Patriots need to be a little more creative.
Drop, quick throw, far side,
Myers for a gain of about 5 or 6, 3rd and 1.
Here's who's in the driver's seat, presented by Infinity. This Colts defense, 15 straight games of the takeaway. Block punt return for a touchdown. Sack, interception. That's what they bring to the table. They've had a takeaway in every game this year. And that's usually what leads to their victories. 3rd down and 1. Bolden in the backfield. Myers in motion.
And it's intercepted. And he's holding his hand down the sideline, and the Colts take over at the Patriots 20.
Joins the turnover parade.
Everything right now is just going their way. This is a little bit of a change-up. You saw with the pre-snap motion. This is man-to-man coverage.
Well, this might be a short stream.
And he just undercuts. It's a wide route.
I appreciate that, though.
He's going to come out of the backfield and kind of bend to the sideline. That is an incredible play for an inside backer. We talk a lot about Darius Leonard and his ability to find the ball and generate turnovers. Okereke, he got to look like Darius Leonard on that one.
Bobby Okereke. I like it better when they were calling him Okereke.
Continues to change.
And they keep saying that Eberflus guy's name.
They've shown zone pressures. Wow. He is doing a really nice job that time. That man looked kind of spooked Mac Jones. Wasn't sure where to go. He was late. As a result, the ball got picked.
And so now look at the field position. Jonathan Taylor's first half, 18 carries, 73 yards. On the fake. Wentz, little sidearm toss.
Nice tackle. And play action and a little pass to the flat to Doyle, and he got blown up immediately.
We haven't seen a lot of the RPOs. He's going to be out in the gun.
Boy, Mac Jones looks utterly depressed. He fucking should be. The Colts have not led by 14 over the Patriots since 2005.
It's typically not the kind of look you want to run the RPO into.
And they haven't really, I don't think they've beat them since 2009.
Zone defender who is in the quarterback's read. This is more what we've seen. Under center, a little more traditional downhill run game for Jonathan Taylor.
Big pitch to Taylor. Wentz rolling.
Wentz on a bootleg, and it was intercepted and dropped by J.C. Jackson. It hit him right in the hands.
One of the best ball hawks in the league. He's got 7 picks on the year, and he almost had 8.
Trevon Diggs in Dallas, he gets a lot of credit. He gets a lot of notoriety. J.C. Jackson is...
J.C. Jackson's better than he's better than Trevon Diggs. He doesn't get fucking smoked like Diggs does most of the time. Pittman saved that interception.
And doesn't come down with it. I thought Carson Wentz got a little greedy there. I think on that he has a guy right in front of him. Zach Pascal is wide open in the flat. Just give him the ball. He got greedy. He went to the second level. J.C. Jackson almost made him pay.
What it does is bring it a 3rd down and 10. Colts 2 of 5 on 3rd downs today. Blitz coming.
Look out, Wentz. And Wentz goes down. 4th down.
Got there, so did Judon, and after the turnover, the Patriots defense gets a big hold.
Yeah, Wise gets the sack, but look at the pressure initially that Matthew Judon gets on Carson Wentz. This is what gets him off his spot. Look, he's got to shuffle up. He gets his right hand on him. He stays alive enough. Then Wise is there to kind of finish him off. Matthew Judon was the star of this free agency class. You touched on it before. It seemed like they spent $1 billion in free agency this year. Money well spent. Especially with Matthew Judon, his impact on this defense has been huge.
I'm still bored.
For a 46-yard field goal try by Michael Badgley. Set from 25 here today.
Whoa, it's no good. I think the Patriots are offsides, though.
And the Patriots may have jumped off sides here, so he may get a reprieve.
Belichick's going to be furious.
Let's see. Oh, that's for sure. Looks like that's on New England. A lot of discussion here.
It's obviously on New England.
Matthew Judon and Carson Wentz were on the numbers in each other's face, screaming. I don't know what happened.
Offside, number 36, defense. 5-yard penalty, repeat 4th down.
So this is what you were talking about.
Carson Wentz came off the sideline. He walked all the way out to the numbers. See, DeForest Buckner kind of gets in front of his quarterback.
Hey, Carson Wentz came out to talk shit to Matthew Judon.
I'm not exactly sure what happened. Of course, he got sacked. That is, back to that offside. You can't do that. They force a field goal attempt. He misses it.
So now it's 41 yards out.
And it's 20-0 Colts. I thought the Patriots were offsides again. 20-0. 3 takeaways for the Colts. 2 by the defense, 1 by the special teams.
Does hold to a field goal, but still it's 20-0 Indy.
Are we having fun? I'm not. I'm bored. Streaming football is hard. I'm surprised. You know, when I started streaming the NASCAR shit, I was like, man, those boring races are going to be tough. And they are, but a boring football game is way worse to stream than a boring race. It is a struggle. Boring football games are the worst. You know, at least next year when there's a boring race, it'll be boring for the right reasons and not because the cars are immovable, glued to the ground, slow pieces of shit. So I'll be a lot more accepting of a boring race next year probably if it stays like this.
Is brought to you by Vervo. You're together.
Do something, Patriots. It's 20-0 Colts.
Well, yeah, 20 years.
How many weeks till NASCAR? I don't know. I'm not counting. I don't like to count. I do like to decompress and mostly ignore NASCAR during the off season. So when it comes back, I'm really happy. But I couldn't contain my excitement at the news about the horsepower and the smaller spoiler.
Really every aspect. Up 20-0 now. 2 more turnovers for Indy here today. And they'll start on their own 25. And Greg, the question is, you know, we talk about Mac Jones and how good he's been, and he has been great. He's been cool. He's been poised. But he still is a rookie, and do you think for the first time this year, or at least since the first couple of weeks, does he look a little overwhelmed today?
He does, and I think this is a product of the way the game started. The traditional way they've been playing offense has been so dependent on either having a lead or finding themselves in a close game throughout. All of a sudden, you snap your fingers, you're down 14-0, the sky's falling, and all of a sudden now you're a young quarterback, and you're making young quarterback mistakes.
It's the largest deficit of the year for New England.
They come out running, gain of 5.
Move it up to the 30 for a gain of 5. Let's go down to the sidelines with Pam.
Hey there, Kevin. Yeah, those quick release quarterbacks like Mac Jones can be a pain for pass rushers. The only solution.
It's not a pain for the pass rushers in the defense when he's throwing the ball right to the linebacker,
Get rid of the ball as quickly as Jones.
like he's done twice
A lot
tonight.
of frustration, but you can't let it impact the rush.
Yeah, Trucks and Xfinity schedule's out, and they're really interesting. And another run. Ooh, the ball came out.
And they're pointing like they've got it. Let's see if they come in and uncover.
Oh, boy. Patriots recover. They said the ball came out, but the Patriots recover. 3rd down. Xfinity's racing at Portland this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Every week, not only on our broadcast, on every broadcast throughout the NFL.
Leonard again.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
But New England does recover, so they get it back still with a 3rd down and 2 here. Only 2 of 7 on 3rd down conversion.
Offsides on 3rd and 2. First down, New England.
Taylor Stallworth almost took the snap. Maybe he was a little early.
Hey, he was a touch early, and he almost broke Mac Jones' legs on the process.
He thought he had a beat on the snap count, so it's a silent count. Watch Andrews when he lifts his head. These D linemen, they get a time, they get a clock in their head. They start timing that head nod to when the ball moves. And he was just a fraction early.
It was either an offsides penalty or the greatest get-off in the history of the NFL.
He looked like Troy Polamalu coming across there. Shame was the ball hadn't been snapped yet.
Only got 120 yards here of offense. They had one big drive and then the interception killed that inside the 10. Jones loads up.
Going deep, it's incomplete.
Kenny Moore, perfect coverage. He was all over Nelson Aguilar.
Thought Aguilar had a chance to make a play on it.
Kenny Moore, he is playing at a Pro Bowl level. He can line up in the slot. You're going to see him here. He's lined up one-on-one outside. He's got him. They're going to try to get him on a little double move. He'll out and up. But look at the way he stays on top and the key. His eyes come back, hands attack through the catch point. If you're looking for textbook defensive back play, that's the clinic tape right there by Kenny Moore.
He was undrafted in 2017. Patriots had him in camp. They cut him. Came here. He's becoming a star.
One of the few that got away, Bill Belichick.
You're right. 2nd down.
Draw play, gain of 3. Flag, hold on the Patriots. They're just doing a whole lot of nothing.
That penalty, he came on a little nickel pressure. Kendrick Bourne just tackled him.
Well, not a hole, but a block in the back. It's going to move them back. We were talking with Kenny Moore the other day. And marveling, you were saying, how do you go about it? You can play everywhere. I love his story, how he got so good at playing all these different positions. I mean, they list him at nickel, but he does a lot more.
He can play everything. He's playing in the slot. And sometimes the slot receiver, in his own words, said is the forgotten defensive back. He actually made a big campaign push that nickel position should be in the Pro Bowl. But he can line up in the slot. You see him there, run support, drawing the penalty. He can play on the edge, one-on-one. He's a great player.
2nd down and long. Jones has it blocked.
Well, good protection.
Aguilar makes that catch. Not even back at the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a 3rd and long.
Another 3rd and long. Wonderful. Wake me up when something happens. And this 3rd quarter is going by so slow. I wish it would go by quicker.
Quarterback to be in 3rd and plus 10, 11, 12 yards. Those are must-pass situations. Do you play aggressive and let him drop back and push the ball? Do you play conservative and say this is 4-down territory? what you wants to take.
Colts rush 4. Jones, pressure comes, gets rid of it.
It's caught by Aguilar. I think he's going to be about a yard short of the first. And because he went back and out of bounds, they're going to mark him even shorter.
And now you go for it. They're going to go to the line quickly.
Okay.
I think you got to go for it here.
4th and 2.
Take a look at this catch. This is really good coverage. Look at his strong.
That was a great play by Aguilar.
He might have caught that ball at or past that yellow line. I know it's not official.
I think they got it marked pretty good. He wasn't touched until he came back about a yard and a half, 2 yards. It's a pass, and it's horribly thrown by Mac Jones to no one. Turnover on downs. Colts take over with a 20-point lead. Boy, does this suck or what? I am disappointed. Thought I was in for some entertainment on this Saturday night. I thought wrong. I'm as sleepy as my cat right now. Hope you didn't have Mac Jones on your fantasy team. I don't know why anybody would. Especially after that Buffalo game. Look at the Colts mascot.
20-0 Indianapolis on a 4th and 1. New England went for it and play that looked like a disaster. And now
I don't know what was going on that 4th down. And yeah, they should have just run the ball.
And they are playing the best game they have all year, and they've played some good ones since a rough start when you think about it. They're off to a 1-4 start. They've won 6 of 8.
Colts should put a touchdown on the board here and just knock this damn game out. Play action, go for a deep shot. Oh, Pittman couldn't hang on. Nice job, J.C. Jackson. His teammates do their best to keep him from getting a taunting flag.
They're just going to run a slight little roll out to the right. They bring Hunter Henry over. He's going to delay. He's the first read. He's just got to get his eyes around. Look, he's trying.
Remember last year in the Super Bowl
until it's too late.
When Tom Brady ran across the field to chase down Tyrann Mathieu, get in his face and start a fight? How come he didn't get flagged for that? Oh, yeah, because he's Tom Brady. That's why.
You got to get your head around. It's 4th and a yard. We're trying to throw you the ball.
This is the point in the game where it's going to get really frustrating because it's going to stay a 20-point lead, which is just kind of within reach. Just put a touchdown on the board and end my misery, please.
Scrimmage yards, rushing touchdowns, scrimmage touchdowns. He's also a fascinating guy. He wants to get into space travel when he's done playing. I'm not kidding. In the NFL, he said, I don't know if I'll have enough money to build my own spaceship.
I'm starting to think, Michael, if you look at the Week 18 schedule, Ravens-Steelers might be the last game of the year for a playoff spot, or maybe the division. I don't know.
He said, the best thing I can say about Jonathan Taylor? You could give him the ball 40 times when you see him in the
3rd and 4.
I didn't think he played. He said the guy is just an incredible athlete.
Fake it to Hines, and Wentz is going to run it himself, and he's a half-yard short. Go for this. You go for this. I think he's about a half-yard short.
Third, we get fourth and about a half yard. See where they spot this. It's close.
It's 4th down. Go for it, though.
And he is a little bit short.
Yeah, that was a design run all the way. That's just a traditional zone read type concept. They're going to pull the backside guard. He can either give it or he can pull it and follow his offensive line. It's kind of a cube counter type concept.
They had one of these earlier in the game, and they had a Carson Wentz sneak for a first down. See if they go back to the well.
Think they should do it again. Keep it simple, and they will. And he gets it. A little easier this time, too.
The Patriots lined up 2 defensive linemen in the A-gaps, meaning between the center and both guards. He sensed that they were a little light there off to the left edge. See, they just got a stand-up guy here. There's a lot of space, and he's just going to get right behind you-know-who, Quentin Nelson. But just look how soft that whole side of the front is. Easy conversion. It's kind of a surprise to not see a third interior D lineman with their hand on the ground.
Wentz has a knack for that. He's pretty good at it. He's really good. It's an art, because not every quarterback is good at it.
If the Niners and Pats both make the playoffs, that is a Christmas miracle, considering where the 49ers were earlier this season. It would validate a couple of preseason predictions of mine. Whoa! Wentz should have been intercepted. He threw it right to Jamie Collins. Incomplete.
By the way, speaking of Jamie Collins, he's playing a lot more today. Juwan Bentley has been ruled out, Christina Pink tells us, so that's obviously a big loss. Got hurt in the first half.
That's a pick 6.
Yeah, he probably would have got run down by Hines maybe, but yeah. Should have been intercepted. Wentz has thrown a couple in harm's way that he got lucky on.
In that case, it's probably a pick and 6 the other direction. They're just slightly off making these plays that have come their way.
Here's Taylor. Taylor puts it in.
What a tough run that is. 6 yards. Maybe 7. And a fight breaks out.
This has been really chippy the last couple of series. Matthew Judon has come over to the Colts bench the last 2 series during breaks and play.
And a referee just got knocked on his ass.
And you see it rolling around there.
Hey, Ozzy. Hey, something interesting finally happened. A fight.
Which you wouldn't think because they're up 20, but maybe there's a little beef going on the field.
You're going to see if he gets right in
Yeah,
Duggar's
Michael
face.
Pittman and Duggar.
He's smart to keep his helmet on. Oh, man.
Well, that's why.
If the ref saw Duggar throw the punch and rip his helmet off.
This is probably going to be on the Patriots.
He might be out of the game, Kevin. That's a huge loss. So just a physical run block. Both of these receivers on both teams are committed to run blocking.
And Van Noy came in and shoved Pittman from behind.
See how they settle this one out.
Well, I mean, at the very least, it's
got to be on the Patriots. That's who it should be on.
How they deem it and what they saw. And New York can get involved with this decision, too.
Just what we need, something to slow this boring game to a halt.
I mean, like the replay building, the NFL, they could go and look and they could make a determination if the player would be ejected. Why don't we just start talking about New York and bring in our rules expert, Mike Pereira. Mike, what do you think here watching this play? Is this enough for an ejection here?
Yes. It is on the Patriots, and Duggar has been disqualified. And they disqualified Pittman. I don't really think that's fair.
Mike, so sorry about that. Threw it to you at the wrong time. Tell me about what you just heard.
I don't think that's fair at all.
Well, that's
watched New York being involved, if once the flag gets thrown, now New York can look at the whole play, and if they
well,
see
Duggar grabbed
that
Pittman by the face
should be
mask.
ejection, even though the officials didn't originally rule that, then they can get involved and call for the ejection. I will tell you that this game, as you said, has gotten chippy. So I'm sure that enters into the decision here to take the strong action to try to get control, and that probably led to part of the decision of going with an ejection on each team.
Interesting, yeah, because I'm sure Colts fans are saying, wait a second.
Yeah, if I'm the Colts, I'm pretty pissed off right now.
They decide to throw both players. I see Darius Leonard is kind of arguing that point. There's been a lot of talking, and again, I don't know what started it, but the last couple of series,
Pittman hasn't left the sideline yet.
Players have come near the Colts bench. Pittman showing anger, as Pam told us, and then that was just. Pittman's got to go. He's kind of hanging on the field now, but you saw Duggar. So Duggar and Pittman, that's a swap. Both are gone from the game. And now we'll see how the Colts respond.
3rd and 3 for the Colts. And Taylor gets tackled for a loss.
And both teams just kind of lost their minds there for a little bit. And I think it ended up really costing the Colts a little more. They had a lot of momentum going on this drive. You have a chance to go in and make it 27. You lose your composure. Let the opponent take the swing. Let the opponent get the penalty. Now all of a sudden both teams lose 2 of their best players on their respective side of the ball.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have Pittman in fantasy this week, or I'd be extra upset, which he wasn't going to get anything done anyway. They're obviously here to run the ball. And the kick is no good. Missed wide left by a fucking mile. 20-0 Colts. Seize the opportunity, New England. This is a big break for the Patriots. Things usually go that way. Michael Pittman has been ejected for being a victim of being a victim. Hello, Wazzy. What are you doing? You want out of here? Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear what Pittman did that was worth getting kicked out of the game. He got cheap shotted during and after the play, and then Kyle Van Noy cheap shotted him.
NFL Network, Thursday Night Football. The Niners continuing their fight for a playoff spot. Titans.
It's okay. The Niners are going to roll the Falcons tomorrow and be right there in the playoff hunt come Thursday when they play the Titans. It's one of those interesting AFC, NFC games late in the year.
20-0 Colts here. Patriots get a stop.
Good field position for the Patriots. Please do something. Good throw, good read. First down, Hunter Henry.
First down as we go downstairs to Christina Pink.
Belichick rallying the troops.
Off the field, and then, obviously we saw that fight on the field. Devin McCourty, the wily veteran on this Patriots defense, implored everybody to get together. Said, guys, keep our cool, keep our composure. You see Bill Belichick there speaking to that defense. They're trying to keep their cooler heads here at this game against Chippy.
Yeah, it's gotten Chippy a long time ago. Jones has time, delivered.
Woo. First down for Aguilar, but what a pross. He didn't get hit in the head. He got hit in the chest. That's the one good thing.
They're going to bring him. They're going to stop this and bring him and take a look. But you said it. He's made some unbelievable catches. This is great coverage. Xavier Rhodes is right in his pocket, and then he knows the hit's coming. See, after the hit, he kind of goes down, but give him a lot of credit. The fact that he held on to that ball, not only through a contested play by Rhodes, but a huge shot by Darius Leonard right in the face.
Yeah, they could have flagged Leonard there.
So I hope Aguilar is okay. It's a 10-yard.
I don't think his intention was anything dirty. I think he just wanted to make a good hit, but could have been flagged. Patriots are driving again. Got to finish one, though. If the Patriots score a touchdown on this drive, I think we're going to have a good game in the fourth quarter. I think.
Stevenson. Just at the 30. Man, there's some hitting going on right now.
That was a car wreck.
Well, he's done his entire career.
You see, they come in, they bring in the jumbo. We saw it so much last week. This is just traditional power. This is one of the few significant holes we've seen Stevenson have the chance. But look at Andrew Sendejo. Comes from his deep safety spot and just sticks him. Hasn't been a lot of those running lanes. That was a good one right there.
Second and 4. Blitz coming.
Leonard on a blitz. He doesn't get there. Dangerous throw.
The intended receiver, they've had a hard time hooking up to.
I think the pressure threw off the accuracy.
He's in space, he's open. It's just the timing is off because Darius Leonard is ripping off the ball. See him, he comes around the edge. He's unblocked. It's just a mix-up up front, and Mac Jones feels it. So instead of letting Jonnu Smith continue to work towards open space in the zone, that ball needs to come out, which just throws off the entire timing.
Buckner, and Jones throws across his body and gets lucky. Hunter Henry, that's a throw you should not make. And Mac Jones got away with it. Jesus. You cannot make that.
And then he catches it, and you're like, take a deep breath. This goes against every rule in football. You never
tell him not to do that again. Good thing Henry was in front of Carey. DeForest Buckner's been flying around this whole game.
He took a shot at the end. You saw Mac Jones get up.
A big play. Drive continues. Blitz coming. Picked up Henry.
Hunter Henry again, first down.
Hunter Henry working it down to the 12.
Hunter Henry's come to life. You talk about Jonnu Smith, his role running both Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry in this big free agent class. Jonnu Smith handles a lot of on-the-ball, run, pass protection. Hunter Henry's really been the favorite tight end in the receiving game. We've seen him come to life here in this drive.
Colts have made a couple of mistakes in this game. Might be just enough to help the Patriots get in this. End around with Jonnu Smith. And this is going to be... I think he's just short. There's a flag anyway.
Did he get there? There's a penalty flag too.
Tony, just give the ball to the tight ends. Either throw it to him, hand it to him. have a feeling this one
And it's
might
on the
be coming
Patriots.
back, but I like the play design. You don't see tight ends get a lot of handoffs.
Yeah, they marked him short of the end zone, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's on Jacoby Myers.
You see, he gives that kind of buck sweep. Myers does a nice job, and then he just brings him to the ground. He has a nice block. He's just got to pull off. He did his job by sealing Sendejo. You see it right here in the middle of the screen. I like the play design. Josh McDaniels changing it up a little bit, taking some of the pressure off his young quarterback. Critical error, but it did not platoon time for the Patriots.
Still no points on the board for New England.
False start. Dear God.
Moved early, and the crowd gets louder.
And Aguilar's walking to the locker room.
Being escorted to the locker room. Hopefully he's okay. We don't know if he's coming back. Uncharacteristic mistakes for the Patriots. They usually don't make them. Now first and 23.
Have you ever seen the Patriots play like this after a bye week?
Jones pressure, set of the screen. Bolden's got it.
The Patriots after a bye week have been one of the most sure things in football for as long as I can remember.
And that may take us to the end of this third quarter.
That wasn't a bad play on that first and long to get a lot of that yardage back.
Tried to do one of those double screens. You saw Mac Jones kind of do the whirly bird. Much better timing. Just trying to get back some of that penalty.
That's
yardage.
the end of the third. It's 20-0 Indianapolis going to the fourth.
And their defense pitching a shutout so far. A lot of work to do for New England to get back into it. 20-0 after 3.
Still say if they score on this drive, they've got a chance. Even if nothing else tonight has told me that. Really, this game has gone by pretty fast. It's not even 10:30, and we're in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 at the Indianapolis 12 for the Patriots. They're down by 20. It's got to be a touchdown on this drive. It's very liberating to be in four-down territory. Touchdown, Hunter Henry. And now I think the Patriots have a real chance because the Colts Didn't push down the field at the end of the half. They missed a field goal in this half
This entire drive, you're going to see Hunter
after a
Henry
drive
right
stall
here.
because of some
He's
dumb
gonna run just
bullshit
a deep
going on.
crossing route. Once he gets on that side of Andrew Sendejo, the free safety, ball. Right? You're talking about clearing a window. Mac Jones has his eyes downfield. That was the drive Mac Jones needed. That was the drive this whole Patriots team needed to just take a deep breath and settle in here to start the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, it's Patriot time.
Extra point up and good. So in a game that Jones and the Patriots offense has really struggled, there's a long way to go. Henry's 8th touchdown.
My sister just messaged me. It was like, so how was Spider-Man? And I was like, you have no idea. And I was like, it may be the best thing I've ever fucking seen. And she was like, all right then. And I was like, really, you need to go see it ASAP. She grew up watching the Spider-Man stuff like I did, so she has no idea what's about to hit her. And they go right back to commercial, because why? Commercial, touchdown, end of the quarter. Actually, no, it was commercial, touchdown, commercial. Dude, that's a possibility, Michael. I feel like after the Pittman ejection and everything, the missed field goal, and now this touchdown drive, I think the momentum shifted, and if anybody has a defense that can step up and make things happen, it's the Patriots. So, I think that's within the realm of possibility, because it just seems like no lead is safe in the NFL, especially when you're a team like the Colts. Colts, Vikings, Chargers, Falcons, you know, the usual suspects.
Last time the Colts beat the Patriots, 2009.
Aha, I was right. The last time the Colts beat the Patriots was 2009.
It's been a while, right? New England's won 8 in a row. Colts have played a terrific game. They had a punt block for a touchdown.
The Colts have not done enough to put them away, and it could come back to bottom.
Desperately needed something. They got a touchdown on the board. Hunter Henry, a big drive. 5 catches, 70 yards. His 8th TD of the year. Career high for him. And now the Colts, a lot of time left. Well, an NFL Christmas doubleheader. Big playoff implications, too. Browns and the Packers first, and then primetime Colts taking on the Cardinals.
Colts Cardinals on Christmas.
3:30 on NFL.
That might be a good one.
And Prime Video. Great shot of Lucas Oil Stadium. Downtown Indianapolis. Great place to come if you've never been here.
This whole do I start Herbert or Kyler thing has become really tough lately. I went with Kyler this week as the Cardinals are playing the Lions.
Hey, I'm telling you, we called it earlier in the drive. They threw Henry free for a tug. John Smith had one, albeit called back. And
The Colts are going to come out running, and the Patriots stuff it. That's the first step.
Michael Pittman, the #1 receiver, thrown out of the game. Not that he was doing much in the past game, but take him out of the game, it's a big deal.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to the Patriots. Since that early kind of blitz start by the Colts, the opening, the touchdown offensively, then the block punt, you saw it on the box score these last couple quarters.
Patriots just put their heads down and play, no matter what the score is.
This is where a run game matters. Everyone talks about yardage and all that. Can you run the ball when you need to run the ball? You mentioned Pittman's not here, but your #1 passing weapon. This run game is going to have to carry them through this quarter if they're going to get out of here to the win.
Taylor's got 85 yards. It's a fake to him here, though.
T.Y. was wide open, and J.C. Jackson missed the tackle after. First down.
That's his first catch today, and the crowd energized by the longtime Colts.
They love T.Y. Hilton here. We said, who's going to step up for Pittman? Well, T.Y. is a guy that's been doing it a long time. You're going to see him here in the little stack with Pascal. Pascal does a nice job making the defender go over the top.
Remember, T.Y. took less money to stay with the Colts.
Wentz delivers the ball on time, on the money. I like that they're staying aggressive.
He's been such a good player for this organization. 4-time Pro Bowls, tough year. A neck surgery, quad injury, concussion. He's only played 6 games. That one goes for 20 yards. Here's Wentz.
Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted.
The Patriots get the turnover with Devin McCourty.
Wentz has put a few balls in harm's way tonight, and it finally bit him in the ass. That was long overdue. That was overdue. That's like the third or fourth ball that should have been intercepted, and finally it is.
Did Collins get a hand on it? He did.
Jamie Collins and McCourty almost cost each other the pick, but they got it, and here we go. Like I said, I just had a feeling. Now the Patriots got to get in the end zone again, but I just had a feeling. That was crazy. It's been overdue. Skip ain't going to know who to hate on. He hates Carson Wentz. He just hates the Patriots. So what's he going to hate on? And he'll be like, big deal. You came back against the Colts, and ignore the fact that Brady had to come back against the Colts. That's crazy, bro. My gut instincts are usually correct when it comes to this kind of thing.
Devin McCourty.
Good for Devin McCourty to be the one to get the pick.
Comes up with a pick. Jamie Collins got his hands on it. The Colts. That's the last thing they needed to give the Patriots a little bit more life on the fake now. Jones.
Come on, Mac, take care of the ball.
Coverage. And that's incomplete for Myers.
That was a lot of coverage to throw into there. He needs to take care of the ball.
He's just not seeing enough. Pascal, who's off the screen.
Wentz, I don't know. I think Cousins is better than Wentz. Cousins gets way too much shit.
There's no one there.
He never gets the respect he deserves. I'm not saying he's great, but Cousins is pretty good. Wentz has all the physical ability to be great, but a very small football brain, I think. And it's shown here tonight.
Second down. Blitz is coming. Jones stands in.
Dropped by N'Keal Harry. 3rd and 10. Good to see you again, Jeff.
There's great coverage by Xavier Rhodes. The combination of Xavier Rhodes and Kenny Moore really gives them two talented corners on both sides. And they bring in Rock Yassin on nickel. Isaiah Rock, they got a lot of really good defensive backs here. It gives Matt Eberflus a lot of creativity as he builds his coverage plan.
There's a blitz. Throws it short. First down. Checked it down to Bolden, who did the rest.
And the drive continues for New England. And Brandon.
Jeff, you do understand that football is a team sport, right?
Just look at Kenny Moore.
And that Kirk Cousins played a lot of those primetime games on a really bad Washington football team. Because what's Matthew Stafford's primetime game? And everybody says he's great, and I think he is. But don't forget, football is a team sport. Record for a quarterback doesn't really mean as much as people say because football is a team sport. Cousins is just bad luck Tom Brady. Oh, flea flicker. That's the worst flea flicker I've ever seen, and it still should have been caught.
Tried to get it to Myers.
That is the worst fucking flea flicker of all time.
You were jumping around. What did you see?
N'Keal Harry was wide open.
Oh.
I think he trusted that he had enough time. You can see there was penetration. This was a really slow developing flea flicker. Olden couldn't even find Mac Jones, so I think once Mac Jones caught it, he said, I gotta get rid of this ball. But if he had a little more time, N'Keal Harry is 30 yards past the nearest defender.
Got an injury timeout, I guess.
An injury here. Is that Rhodes? And we'll check it out. I think it's Xavier Rhodes. Injury timeout in Indy.
Myers looking inside instead of outside fucked that up too, but that slow developing flea flicker where Bolden couldn't even find Mac Jones to flip it back to him. There was a lot that went wrong there. Could have went a lot worse. We got football today. We got football tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Damn. COVID's great. We got a football game every day of the week except Wednesday. No, we got Titans Niners on Thursday, and then maybe after this week, I think Thursday goes away. I know for like maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season, there's no Thursday games, but there's Saturday games up until the last week. On the last week, everything's just on that Sunday.
Before the break, we told you about N'Keal Harry. He's going to just kind of jog.
Olsen says he had Harry wide open here.
Xavier Rhodes comes and runs support. Watch. I'm not doing anything.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I had a touchdown there. Shit. Who are we kidding? N'Keal Harry would have dropped it anyway.
With the protection, Mac Jones felt the pressure and how to get rid of the ball. They had a shot.
N'Keal Harry's a bum.
So they missed a big opportunity on second down. Jones now over the middle. So they get it to Harry.
Well, he made a tough catch there and took a shot, gain of 9.
He's close to a first down. That's his first catch here today. And they'll mark him a yard short. 3rd and 1.
Got to imagine right now the message going into Mac Jones is we've got 2 downs. Offensive line, we might give you a shot here. 2 handoffs to try to get this first down. This game.
I like running here on back-to-back downs if you don't get this half a yard. And they're stuffed. Loss of a yard. Go for it. Gots to go for it.
You have to. I think before that play was even called, Belichick's telling Josh McDaniels, they just don't have enough guys on the edge. There's penetration in the backfield. It's an unblocked defender right at the legs of the back. I think they might have actually lost yardage on that. This is actually a longer down a distance than third down.
I guess it's a good thing I bummed somebody's Amazon. Patriots line up heavy run set on the 4th down. That's a generous spot. I thought they lost more than half a yard. Ooh, they're going to pass. And he's got Jacoby Myers, first down. Okay.
A big conversion, and Jones delivers. Jacoby Myers did the dirty work. And the Patriots.
Mac Jones going to do the Tom Brady, play like shit for 3.5 quarters and get bailed out in the 4th. He really is a Patriots quarterback. That's been the Brady special his whole career. Play like shit, get all the credit when you win. Pile up big counting stats and play longer than everybody else so everybody calls you the greatest of all time. And do it on the best teams. Ooh, I like this play. I like this play. 1st and goal to the 4. I don't think the ball came out. I'm going to say it was down. Better hurry up and snap that ball just in case. Hit him with some runs here. Yeah, he's down.
Yeah, he's down. Matt Eberflus again. Everything he told
Matt Eberflus.
Come to life on the field.
Take a drink every time they say that guy's name. Eberflus and Jim Bob Cooter should be on the same staff, just so the game would be really funny to listen to. 1st and goal. Play action. Take care of the ball. Throws it high and away.
I like it. 1st down. It's a great opportunity for a hard run action. Myers was open. Would have been a tough throw, a tough completion. It's going to elevate that ball over Kenny Moore, but I like that. Again, you understand. You're telling your quarterback, we got 4 downs here. But settling for a field goal, I just don't think that's in play. I think you've got this entire game now has flipped to your advantage. You've got to keep your foot on the gas and go in. You've got to come away with a touchdown here if you're New England.
10th play of this drive, 2nd and goal. Golden's got it, tries to get to the edge. It's not there.
Ooh, down to the 2, 3rd and goal.
It's a couple down to the 1 as Rhodes was there, and here comes another 3rd down. But this started with a Devin McCourty interception. Tipped by Collins. Bad decision by Wentz, and now the Patriots have a 3rd and goal.
It's your fault, Carson Wentz.
Smith, we talked, he's kind of a run specialist at the tight end. Who have you seen here?
False start.
Oh, God, they false started.
Greg Olsen sounds like he just came in his pants.
That Michael Wenu with a jumbo tackle who comes in these situations. That's the 8th penalty on New England. It's 3 more than they average per game. Makes it a lot longer situation now. Back out to the 7.
Changes the entire approach now. Go from having the ball at the 1-yard line, clearly a 4-down try, to now a lot depends on the success of this 3rd down.
Jones, pressure.
You. Oh my God, damn it! I wish he hadn't have backpedaled and come to his right. He should have turned around and got to his left and extended the play that way. I mean, his right. He should have went to his right. He was going to his left. He should have turned and came to his right. They're going to kick a field goal here. I'm surprised.
Carter Willis getting him back has been a huge lift for the secondary. Really smart play. Once the quarterback breaks the pocket, you are allowed to make contact as a defensive player, and they teach them, force the offensive player to step out of bounds. He's no longer an eligible receiver to touch the ball first.
Going to kick a field goal down by 13 with 9 minutes left. I guess they think they can get a quick turnaround. 20-10 Indianapolis. You're going to need a quick stop somewhere in here to have a chance. I think that might have sealed their fate right here. Kind of stop that momentum. 20-10. Vikings cut Bashad Breeland after physical altercation with coaches and teammates at practice.
A 20-10, and still 8:57 left in this game. That one all started because the Wentz interception, McCourty picked it off and go down and get a field goal. Penalty really hurt New England. It's still a 10-point game. Just under 9 minutes to play. Rodgers upended, dances across the 20. It's time now for tonight's Next Gen Stats, powered by AWS. Well, J.C. Jackson, one of the best corners in the league. We've seen it on display tonight. You're looking at passer rating allowed, which essentially means how hard it is to throw in his direction. You see first, sixth, first, and second the last 4 years. It's almost impossible to have a completion that way, let alone when it is over there, he intercepts it, right?
And when you have a player of his caliber, and you're kind of putting together your
Quick 3 and out. Otherwise, I don't see how they're going to win this game.
Player, or you can erase an entire side of the field. It's like the old days with Darrelle Revis, right? Revis Island. You can just take an element of the offense out of the picture when you have a guy so talented.
Taylor. The run game.
And Taylor just ran for an easy first down.
Jonathan Taylor.
Just a typical inside zone. You're going to see they get up to the second level really nice. And then you see Mo Ali Cox. He goes backside, 81. He holds off the back. Now here's how he's going to set up. It's just really, really good open field running, and then the rest is just his physical skill set, right? He's big, he's strong, he's hard to tackle, but he's so smart with the ball in his hand.
Taylor again, up the gut.
And another good run.
Up to the 40. And 6 more yards for Jonathan Taylor. That's encouraging, Greg, for the Colts, because New England's defense has really started to take over.
Absolutely. Now they have a wide receiver come back. Now he's the fallback or the hide player. We saw Mo Ali Cox, the tight end, do it. Look at that. That's a great block for a wide receiver.
Yeah, settling for that field goal, I think, pretty much sealed their fate. Unless they're banking on an onside kick later.
You have a wide receiver that's...
Can I give a 30-second observation on the Seahawks season?
Look out.
They're fucking terrible, and it's Pete Carroll's fault that the team is in the shape it's in, and he needs to be fired. Pete Carroll's best days are behind him. I think it's time to just rebuild, nuke it, and rebuild everything. I don't think Russell's going to stay. I wouldn't want to stay either, especially if Pete Carroll stays. But honestly, even if he goes, it's just time to rebuild. Everybody needs a fresh start in Seattle. They have hired consistently the dumbest offensive coordinators for the last 7 years. Really, since Bevel was there, because he's the genius who had him throw the ball at the 1-yard line. But DK Metcalf, underutilized. Lockett, underutilized. They're going to rush it with fucking Adrian Peterson or somebody like that and just waste everyone's time.
Everyone's off of school, work.
Russell's still great. He needs a new start somewhere there.
And a lot of game left
I never thought Seattle would be in worse shape than Atlanta at this point in the year.
Some clock, 2nd down and 4, up by 10. Taylor again. Taylor.
Just short of a first down, 3rd and about a yard and a half.
You know, you talked about the run game and when it's important to run, right? We know the Colts can run, but I know this feels like when you really need to run.
And I'm a big advocate of this. I feel like we say it going into.
We had 4 onside kicks recovered in the NFL last week. 4 in 1 week.
It's 3rd and short, 4th and short, goal to go. And then when you have the lead late in the game in the 4th quarter, can you run it and win the game? That's what's unfolding here today. If you want to be a great running team, you got to be great right now.
They go jumbo formation, extra offensive line, and they will run it to Taylor.
And I don't think he got it. I think if you're the Colts, you push for this. You go for this. You got to put him out. You got to put him down. He's just short of the first. You got to go for this. I don't care about the field position here. You go for this.
Defensive tackle on the nose, on both guards. It's very hard to get double teams. It's very hard to get movement. Frank Reich, we've seen it for years. He is not afraid when he feels the game slipping away a little bit.
It's okay to go for this. You have my approval. Unlike there's 2 4th down attempts in the first half by the Chargers Thursday, this actually has my approval.
In less than a yard.
Remember Colts Patriots 2009 when this was reversed?
Make him do something else.
He doesn't do something.
Oh boy, I think Wentz just got it. He just got it. The quarterback sneak again. First down Colts.
He tried to take it away. You see him run Hightower through. That was not for the lack of effort. They were trying to take it away by their scheme. But we've talked all night, the interior of this offensive line.
Frank is...
You can tell Frank is thrilled. His excitement level.
That's what makes him beautiful, right? Like, he's like that every single day.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, that's a gutsy call.
How many coaches, after this game is starting to kind of slip on 4th and short on their own side of the
Now the Colts take a timeout as the play clock runs down.
And they call a timeout as time was winding down on the play clock. Big conversion on 4th down. Colts trying to put this one away.
I will give the Seahawks one thing. You mentioned the Seahawks, Jeff. They gave me some good entertainment on a couple of live streams this year. The Pittsburgh game and the Washington game in particular. Season's never going well if Geno Smith has to come in and play a few games. Everybody knows that. I heard Frank Gore got his ass kicked in his boxing debut. Excuse me. Frank Gore got literally knocked out of the ring. Damn, he did. He got whooped and knocked out of the ring. Frank Gore's still one of the best running backs I've ever seen. Back to the game.
Some singing and dancing here in Indianapolis.
Patriots taking that field goal was a bad call, but I mean it was not a short yardage situation. Yeah, Jeff, Seahawks had a good run. Like I said, Pete had a good run. It's just time for a change.
A lot
Pete Carroll's turned into a cancer. He's nowhere near the cancer that Urban Meyer was, but Pete Carroll's a bit of a cancer at this point. So it's okay. The Jaguars are going to hire Pete Carroll next year, and the players are going to be like, great, another one of these college jack-offs. And then Trevor Lawrence will be doomed to play his entire career with bad offensive coordinators because that's all Pete Carroll's hired since he's been in Seattle.
Your defense has really taken control. You had the turnover. They forced a lot of punts. They've only given up one touchdown. You think you're going to get your offense back, the ball with 2 possessions.
Carroll's the sole reason that good Seahawks nucleus from 2011 to 2015 blew up. It's his fault. Damn! Now that's the kind of play the Patriots needed. Jamie Collins there. Loss of 5. Patriots should call timeout here. They're still not going to win this. There's 4 minutes left. They're down by 10. They're banking on an onside kick.
Look, it's been a long time. We told you the Patriots have beaten the Colts 8 in a row, so you got to go back to 2009. What a game this was, right?
I remember this game. Patriots went for it on 4th and 2 deep in their own territory because they didn't trust their defense at all to stop Peyton. Spoiler alert, they couldn't stop Peyton.
Trust me, these fans know they were starved for this game. Just walking around town, we're running into people like they were so fired up just to talk about this game tonight.
Here in Indianapolis, just the last couple days being here, it felt like we were getting ready for a playoff game. There was a buzz, there was an energy, and I even think within the Colts organization, you hear a lot of coaches say, oh, it's just another game, it's another week. No, this one just felt a little different.
It's a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw it. No,
Wentz is going to run. Goes down. Patriots call timeout. They're down to 1 timeout with 3:55 to go. Down by 10. It's got to happen quick.
55 left. And obviously down 2 scores. That's what they're working with.
Yeah, now the rest of the game, New England, you got to be in hurry up. You got to be in 2 minutes. The clock is working against you now. So as we just touched on, you need 2 possessions.
They didn't get the quick stop they needed to justify kicking that field goal.
You got 1 timeout remaining plus a 2-minute warning. But we've got to get it to warp speed here. We're going to need a touchdown, most likely an onside kick. So that last drive, even though Indianapolis is punting the ball here, the fact now they've gotten it from 9 minutes to under 4 minutes in a 2-possession game, that's success.
Got to be careful on this punt. Gunnar Olszewski is an all-pro returner. A good kick by Sanchez. He has to fair catch it inside the 20, and he does. On the second punt of the game. So here are the Colts, right? They have
Belichick clones short wide receivers like stormtroopers.
won enough of these games.
Edelman, Welker, Amendola, Olszewski, however you pronounce his fucking name, their punt return guy. Chris Hogan.
For them as a whole, for the chance to maybe have a chance to win a Super Bowl. This is a must-have. They have to close it out.
These games go so far into building your team morale, your mindset, your confidence. Not all wins are created even in the NFL.
Patriots work to do. Time not on their side. Jones has
Max got a lot of time. Bourne's wide open. No huddle. Let's go. I think they got to score before the 2-minute warning. It's got to happen before the 2-minute warning. Or it's just not going to happen at all. 3.5 to go and counting. 3:24 and counting. Deep drop by Jones. Wants to load up and throw deep. He throws it away.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Got to start jumping out of bounds too. If you're these receivers.
They were scoring. Of course, the defense helped set some of that up, but Jones is playing great. Running game was great. Tonight, little different story. His run game has not gotten going really at all. Playing without Damian Harris, or top rusher, certainly didn't help. The Colts defense has been terrific. That's really the story.
Throws it short and over the middle, and gain of 4. Clock starts running. 3:07 and counting.
The clock continues to run. There's an injured Colt.
Injured Colt. That's a break for them to get in the huddle and come up with something here.
Stallworth is the man down.
There's a lot of talk in these situations about offensive strategy, how to use your timeouts, how to get the ball in, out of bounds and whatnot to stop the clock. but there's also a very deliberate defensive strategy that defensive coordinators take, in this situation. You got 3 minutes, it's a 2-score game. To let them eat the clock and just continue to get completions and tackle them in bounds is not a big deal. When you know it's not a 1-score game, you can play soft zones, make them complete the ball underneath, rally, tackle. Keep this clock moving. Keep it going. You know they can only stop it 2 more times, one of them being the 2-minute.
Have been hard to come by in this game for both teams. 3rd down and 6. Jones delivers.
Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. There's a flag down in the secondary.
Into Indianapolis territory.
I think this is coming back.
Offensive pass interference.
He just lowered his head and just ran through the chest of Darius Leonard. They're in a 2-man, which means there's 2 high safeties and an inside leverage man. I think that's on the offense.
It would have to be. I don't think he could flag Darius Leonard. Fouls by both teams. Oh, boy.
Number 26 defense. Pass interference. Number 85 offense. Those fouls offset. 3rd down.
Replay 3rd down.
Well, the Colts penalty was on Rodgers.
Patriots have got to start getting to the outside more so they can get out of bounds.
Essentially redo the down.
Hunter Henry's trying to be physical. He's trying to use his big body to create separation. Just work to an edge. Just slip to the outside shoulder, snap away, and it's an easy 1st down. Instead, we got to replay 3rd down.
4-man rush.
Jones going to the end zone. Oh, my Lord. It's caught by Harry down at the 15. All right. 2:39 and counting. Like I said, if they score before the 2-minute warning, they got a chance. There's a flag near the quarterback, too. And roughing. Oh, it's going to be 1st and goal, New England. The clock is going to stop. Oh.
So a 43-yard gain on Henry.
The Colts never make it easy on themselves.
Right there, O'Haley.
Yeah, he hit him in the head.
To the head or neck area of the quarterback, it's going to be called. That was straightforward, but look at
Nice catch by Harry. I regret calling him a bum earlier.
That's exactly, if you're Indianapolis, what can't happen. Let them complete that ball underneath. You cannot let them throw that ball over the top. Mac Jones with a nice throw.
2:35 to go. 1st and goal.
We'll see if it's too little, too late, but they got a shot.
1st and goal.
They really got a shot now.
Down 2 scores. Jones stands in.
Oh, he went for Myers. Incomplete. 2:30 to go.
We've seen Indianapolis on this drive, a little uncharacteristic of their defense, go to more man-to-man. We saw it on the PI that was offsetting penalties on Hunter Henry and Darius Leonard. In critical downs tonight, they've gone to more of a match-man coverage. Nice job by Kenny Moore there in the slot. So far, they're holding up all right.
Jones has a lot of time going end zone.
Throws it away. 3rd and goal. 2:25 on the clock.
All over him, and now 3rd and goal with 2:25.
It's man-to-man again. Indianapolis must feel that their tendencies are all week. They're preparing in the red zone. They're preparing in these situations for just deep zone coverages. As a result, so far this man-to-man has just been enough of a kind of change-up. Mac Jones has nowhere to go with the ball.
Pressure. Jones.
It's a touchdown. Hunter Henry. With 2:21 to go, they got a timeout and the 2-minute warning. So, yeah, this is not over.
I don't know how this game's going to end, but if you are a Patriots fan or you're in this Patriots organization, Mac Jones coming to life here when everything went against him for 3 quarters, and to give your team a chance. Tell you what, this kid's future is bright.
Patriots defense got to make one quick stop, and then it's on.
And what that does, Gray, I don't know what they're going to do, but they don't have to onside.
They really don't have to onside kick it. They got the 2-minute warning and a timeout.
You figure out with the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout, And now just needing a field goal, they have a choice. Well, let's look at the touchdown.
Onside kick, such a low percentage play. I doubt they try it. Belichick's just going to bank on, I'm going to be able to, my defense is going to be able to get a stop. We'll kick it deep, put them at the 25, and we'll make a stop, and we'll get the ball back with some time left. I'm sure that's the play here for them.
Leonard is trying to undercut and rob that. Wow. Really almost got it. That's a long arm linebacker. That's a great ball and a great job by Hunter Henry.
So here's the decision. New England with one timeout and the 2-minute warning. If they kick off and they hold, they would get the ball back with about 1:20, 1:15 and only needed a field goal. It's an option. Or they could try an onside kick. What would you do?
I think what happens a lot of times right now, everyone puts their hands team. If you can have a kicker who can loop this ball and kick this ball roughly between the 6-7 yard lines and the goal line, you don't want a touchback, but if you can just drop this ball deep and rally, you can arguably pin them inside the 15-yard line. And like you said, you got 2 chances to stop the clock. Get the ball back with 1:20 needing a field goal is by no means daunting.
This is interesting. This is Folk out here. Usually Bailey, the punter, is the kickoff guy. And it's Folk, so I don't know.
So Folk's going to kick off.
Find out.
The ball's on the tee.
And they're just going to kick it.
Try to bloop it.
A bloop kick. And it wasn't really a good one. Poorly executed. 2:16 to go. Timeout and a 2-minute warning. Just make one stop.
Ideally, you'd like that ball to be caught around the
Belichick looks disgusted.
Nonetheless, Bill Belichick's playing the numbers you just laid out.
So now, with one timeout left for New England, with Carson Wentz, who's got 58.
Yeah, it's been a good fourth quarter. I called that after the Pittman ejection. I'm like, yeah, this game just turned for the Patriots. I think we're in for an entertaining game. Here we are. It's still a long shot to be the game we want it to be, but just make a stop.
At least expect on first down you turn around and hand the ball off.
And they go reverse to Doolin. Gain of 2. Timeout with 2:10 on the clock.
They call the timeout here. Okay, interesting. So again, either way you slice it, I think you still end up, if the Patriots hold, getting it back with about 1:20 left.
Yeah, if you're on defense, you always take the timeout on the plus side of the 2-minute warning. If you run that ball down, if you run that clock down to 2 minutes, you say, all right, I hold the next down is going to eat up a certain amount of seconds, then you would take your timeout. Here, if you stop them on second down, you know the clock will stop at 2 minutes as opposed to 1:54, 1:55. So it's always the right move to call it on the plus side of the 2-minute warning.
Monday on NFL Network, showdown of the AFC playoff race. Raiders in Cleveland, and then Monday at 5. Monday Night Football after that, ABC and ESPN. Right now, good finish here. Colts, will they have enough to finish this game?
2nd and 8. They run with Taylor, and it's over. First down. Taylor's going to the house. Touchdown, Colts. Oh, my Lord. How does that happen? Well, game over.
You want to be a running team in the NFL? You know when running really matters? Can you run the ball when the entire world knows you're going to run it? And that is no easy feat against this New England Patriots defense.
That's a rough way to lose when you had this hope that you can make this comeback. Man, Jonathan Taylor is no joke. 27-17 with 2:01 to go. Yeah, that's a wrap, kids.
69 yards rushing for Taylor on 29 carries. Here it is.
Look how many guys are in the box. There's 10 guys in the box. There's 2 free hitters. Jonathan Taylor just makes a miss. Dante Hightower, arguably your longest tenure, your best player over the last decade. He's got him.
I thought J.C. Jackson was going to run him down. Wouldn't have mattered anyway.
So good with the ball in his hands. He makes one guy miss. You have
Hell, even if he did run him down, they would still never get the ball back.
Hightower unblocked in the hole.
And you win.
And you win. That says all you need to know.
Jonathan Taylor's ridiculous.
He's an MVP candidate.
He's got to be an MVP. Well, I know, because his name's not Tom Brady, so you're automatically just disqualified from the discussion. So they'll never give him MVP, even though Taylor deserves it.
And now the most scrimmage touchdowns in Colts history, getting past the great Lenny Moore and Edge. Tying Lenny Moore. 19 total, 17 rushing touchdowns, 11 straight games with a rushing touchdown. I mean, I could just name stats.
Damn.
Forever, but the bottom line, the backbreaker. Wow.
Now, if you're New England, you're coming out. The roof just
Touchdown, onside kick. Or field goal onside kick, whatever you want.
You can't quit. You've got to try to go make something happen here and get points. Even if it's a field goal. Get points, and then, of course, your hopes are going to hinge on the success of an onside kick. But as hard as this seems right now with 2:01, you just can't quit. You got to get back in the huddle.
Like I said, we saw 4 onside kicks last week alone. Suddenly, onside kicks seem possible again.
So here's Jones.
Need a chunk play. Get out of bounds. Get out of, nope. Tackled inbound. Well, 2-minute warning anyway. 1:54 to go. Gain of 9.
Taylor's third game over 150 rushing yards this year. I mean, and here you go. As I said, 11 straight with a rushing touchdown now. One more would tie the all-time record, but that doesn't matter here tonight.
That's a pretty special group right there. You find yourself between some of those names, LT, Evan Smith. I mean, that's pretty good company to keep.
Jonathan Taylor, who had a fine career at Wisconsin, averaged 151 rushing yards a game there. By the way, he turned down Harvard. He could have done anything. Said he wants to get into science, space travel when he's done playing. Well, he's in the business now of getting the Colts to the playoffs. Let's jump on his back. It's a pretty good
Dolphins fans breaking every piece of furniture in their house. Yeah, Michael, I'll see you sometime tomorrow.
Recently been a quarterback heavy, right? Almost
Probably Green Bay, Baltimore, I guess. For some reason, I'm not that enthused about that matchup.
On national television, the entire world, only game on to do it against this defense.
I don't expect much from the Ravens tomorrow.
Pretty special.
Jones going to set it up. Bolden now. Bolden, that's a block. Bolden still going.
Across the 50 on the ball. Minute and 42 and counting.
Okay, lined up. Get set. We got to get this ball snapped.
Get into field goal range, kick it, and then go from there, I think.
Jones, 4-man rush. It's blocked. Pumps, deliver.
Oh, brutal hit by Sendejo and N'Keal Harry just killed each other.
Wow, we have seen some violent collisions here tonight. I think Sendejo, the safety, might have been on the wrong side of that one. You're going to see he's going to try to fit this ball in again. Oh,
he was going for the ball.
The ball gets there.
Hit him right in the head, too. There you go. Oh, I hope they're
ouch.
Okay. So too.
Damn, Sendejo went to the ground hard. Harry absorbed a nice hit, but Sendejo took the hit and then just flopped on the ground.
Players, you see Harry helped off.
It's tough.
Hate seeing that.
Yeah, sadly, I think Sendejo got the worst of that.
Around for the Mercedes EQ postgame show. A lot coming up. Heck of a game to unpack.
Sendejo's still on the ground.
So they continue to work on.
Harry's over on the sideline standing.
Hope he's okay. Greg mentioned MVPs. Just think about, this is...
If the Colts make the playoffs, how is Jonathan Taylor not the MVP?
What was that, 2012? Well, here's how Taylor's season stacks up against the average of all of those guys. I mean, it's right there. There's a couple left to play.
I understand the league has changed. The passing game has pretty much exclusively taken over as far as priority, but if there was ever a guy to break that mold, I don't know how much better you're going to get. Although Derrick Henry over the year, you can make an argument that he probably had his fair share of opportunities at the MVP. It's nice to see Sendejo just getting up.
Well, good news is Sendejo is up and at least help walk off field. There we are. Good to see you. This is, again, I go back to Pam's initial report. This is a game for most coaches. Oh, it's just another game. Frank Reich was to us, this is a game we absolutely have to win. And I'm just curious, we saw this Colts team a couple weeks ago against Tampa. What's your opinion of them now if they can close this out? Does it change at all?
I think they found a way to just continually just improve, continue to get better. They came off that big Buffalo win a few weeks ago, then they had to let down here at home. You said it, we called that game against Tampa. That was the second big measuring stick for Frank Reich against the defending champs. Didn't go their way. This was their next opportunity, and barring a miraculous comeback, they've answered the challenge.
1:27 left, no timeouts. And remember, keep in mind, Patriots' #1 defense in the league coming in. Yards have been tough to come by, but getting them at the key times. Here's Jones. Pass to Hurd. Floats one.
Incomplete.
That'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's worth noting on that last play, we saw the big collision between Sendejo and Harry. Thankfully, both of them were able to walk off the field on their own power. Bill Belichick was pretty animated. He called almost the entire officiating crew over to his near sideline and said, how is that not a penalty? How is that not hit to the head and personal foul? But obviously, the official didn't see it that way. It's just nice to see both those guys be able to walk off with their okay.
Yeah. 3rd and 10. Jones in trouble.
Oh, man. I thought that was going to get picked. Jones was going to the ground and flipped it away. Counts as incomplete. 4th down. Just got to get the 10 to stay alive here.
Lose a ton of time. Couldn't tell in real speed if his knee was down. I think he got it out in time. Just barely got it out of his hand. It's a smart play.
I'll tell you what, it hasn't been easy, but you have to be impressed with Mac Jones in this 4th quarter, right? I mean, he was having a dreadful game.
Mac really gave him a chance to get back in this game and try to win it. He played hard, made some mistakes early. Incomplete, game over, Colts win 27-17. Minute and 10, they can take a knee. Colts are going to go to 8-6. The Patriots are going to drop to 9-5.
Prophecy, Xavier Rhodes. This secondary today has really made some big plays at the right moment.
Crazy game.
You can't say enough about this entire Colts performance. All 3 phases. I know it got a little tight at the end.
Sucks for the Patriots, though. But the Patriots, from here on out, I mean, they got to deal with Buffalo one more time. Miami, who's on a win streak, but they get to play Jacksonville.
Elements of the Patriots team, but to win a game like this at home with everything on the line, they're going to be able to carry this game forward now as they prepare to make a run through the playoffs.
Our producer tonight, Pete Macheska, director Artie Kemper.
Sorry, Dolphins fans.
Taylor, technical director Derek Joyle.
Sorry, Raiders fans.
AFC playoff picture updated now. The Colts.
Browns and Bengals and Broncos remains to be seen. Bills catch a break here with the Patriots losing.
And for the Patriots, they would have jumped back in the #1 slot with a win.
Kansas City for now is the 1 seed. We'll see what happens tomorrow with the Titans and the Ravens and all. We might stream Titans Steelers. I don't know. But that's game. Colts 27, Patriots 17. I suppose it's time to wrap it up. And I'll see you guys sometime tomorrow. Titans Steelers sounds pretty appealing now that I think about it, so it might be that one. Anyway, have a good one.